the lads down the lane. Let's make a stand. The lads down the lane, and Amstel in our hand. Yeah, lads down the lane, the lads down the lane. It's the lads down the lane. Yeah, lads down the lane.
Yes, everyone. We're back again. City 0, Tottenham Hotspur 2. We're having it large. Get in there. Nigel, how are you, mate? Thanks for being in.
I am superb, mate. What a fantastic performance today. 3 points. We were top of the league. I think Arsenal might have gone above us now. But yeah, brilliant performance. How are you, buddy?
Yeah, I'm all good, mate. I'm all good. I think Sheriff's on his way. He's a bit delayed, but I think he'll be here shortly. I'm all good, Nigel. Really pleased with the win. We'll get into the performance, but yeah, well chuffed, mate. You can't ask for any more, can you? I mean, we all sat here yesterday giving our draws out, and I know a couple of people said, "Oh, maybe we nick a 2-1 win," but I didn't expect anything more than a draw, to be honest with you. I thought if we got that, we'd have done all right. And
yeah,
at the end of the day, we've gone there, and I think we've pretty much bossed them all over the park again, mate, to be quite honest with you. Don't get me wrong, it weren't as good as it can get, but I think there were players out there asked to do a job today in the pressing department, and I thought they did it very well.
I totally agree. It's one of them, isn't it, where we were all saying before the game that we would take a defeat if the performance was right. It was all about seeing some progression, and if we played well, then we take that. The fact that we played fantastic and we won the game as well, literally can't ask for anything else. What a great performance. What a great night.
Yeah, fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. I haven't even looked at any other results today, Nigel, so far, to be fair. So the Gooners won, did they? Did they get it over the line?
Yeah, just about. I think they were just checking the score now. Oh, they won 5-0. It's 4-0 a minute ago. Yeah, they won 5-0 against Leeds. Burnley beat Sunderland 2-0.
Oh, yeah.
Brentford beat Aston Villa 1-0.
Yeah.
Bournemouth beat Wolves 1-0. And then, of course, we won.
Okay, so we're second, are we, now? Are we second,
second, yeah.
Currently?
Yeah.
Well, that ain't a bad start, is it, mate? At the end of the day, 5 in the bag. The onion bag, I should say. None in the other bag at the other end. 6 points. And I think if we sat here 3 or 4 weeks ago and said, you know what, after 2 games, we're going to be 5 goals for, 0 goals against, 6 points in the old beanbag, I'm sure everyone, including ourselves, would have been absolutely delighted, Nigel.
I don't want to say I told you so, but I did say at the start of the season that I think we would concede 40 or under. 36 games to go, and I'm in for that 40 or under at the moment. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, deep joy. And I suppose Sheriff will be here in a minute, giving it the old olay. I'm going to have to put up with that for the next hour and a half, I suppose. But it is what it is. We'll go on to the match. I don't know. Did you see? Just we'll go on to this first. Did you see Thomas Frank's interview after the game, Nigel, with TNT? Yeah. What were your thoughts on that?
He didn't give overly too much away, I don't think. It was very much how I expected him to speak. He, obviously he was really pleased with the performance. And yeah, like I say, nothing was really given away. Was hoping he might give a little bit away in the transfers when they asked him about transfers at the end. He did say he would still like some more bodies in, but that's about it. So yeah, but he always speaks so well, doesn't he?
Yeah, definitely.
Exactly so.
Yeah, I love him, mate. I think, to be quite honest with you, in all aspects of what he's doing at the moment, I just think he's pushing it in a direction that he wants to go in. I think he's got players on board. as in all of them. I think they're all on board. Yeah, I think they know they're going to play different systems throughout the season. And that squad that he's got there, especially the senior players he's got there, he's going to rely on them to be giving those 7/8 out of 10 performances every week. And I think, again, that was what you saw today, Nigel. I don't think there was less than a 7.5 from anyone out there. Pretty much.
No,
they were phenomenal, really, mate, weren't they?
Yeah, to a man, they're absolutely fantastic. You know, Johnson flatters to deceive, but I have to say the goal he took was fantastic. Really good finish. And as much as we are moaning about transfers, and we are, of course, we want more bodies in,
Yeah.
the two that we've got in that started the game today, Kudus and Polinia, absolutely transformed that team. They were brilliant today, both at what they do best.
Absolutely, Nigel. I thought, again, I mean, Paulinia would take the plaudits, I would imagine, but I thought that Paulinia and Bentancur in particular, so don't get me wrong, Sarr played well with the pressing and all that, but I just think that Paulinia and Bentancur, when they're in that mood like they were today, when they're in that mood like they were against PSG, not a lot goes by, mate. And at the end of the day, teams like City are going to create chances. They're going to have chances. Yeah. But I think we limited them to very little, really, than could what have been expected. And I think that screening, Nige, across the back three or back four, whatever he plays at any time, if those two are there doing that job and they do it to that 8 out of 10 performance like they have today, and probably higher than that, probably 9s. Yeah. Absolutely brilliant. And how long have we been screaming for it, Nige? We've been screaming that we need protection, you know?
Yeah. No, I agree. And like you say, that screen across that back four is so strong now. And even if they get through that screen, they then have to get past the back four, which I think Van der Ven and Romero were both fantastic today. And then if they get past them, they got to get past Vicario. And Vicario didn't have too much to do today, to be honest, but he pulled off one really good save in the first half and did what he needed to do, you know. I thought to a man, I thought they were so good.
Yeah. Great comment from Razzle here. I just held this one here for a minute. Just from the point of view of, can you imagine if that was Spurs today? Can you imagine Spurs got 2 injuries today? Yeah. And then we're down to the guttering straight away of probably the 13 or 14 that he's got in that mould. Do you know what I mean? To play like they did today. That's what bothers me. And I wouldn't say I'm glad that Arsenal, I know a lot of people would. I hope Saka and Odegaard are all right and it's nothing too serious. A lot of people would sit here and say they've broke their legs, but I'm just not like that. So what I would like to say is I hope they're okay, but their squad can sustain that now. So they can cope with them being out. They can deal with that. Whereas if that was us today, what are we doing next week? Do you know what I mean? Because we already haven't got an attacking midfielder. So imagine that was Sarr and Kudos that had got those 2 injuries today. You know, next week it's a different outlook on the game, isn't it? I think. Kudos again today, Nige. I thought he was superb again today. You know. Go on, mate.
I was just going to say that it wasn't, for me, it wasn't so much what he was doing going forward. I thought he did okay going forward. But there was times in that second half, that last half an hour, when they were getting the ball out to Doku and he was running at Porro. And Porro was finding, he did okay, Porro, but he was finding it difficult against every time Doku got the ball. Within a second, Kudus was back. Doesn't matter where he was on the pitch, he was back helping. And he protected Porro that whole second half. I thought it was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And there's a few stats for everyone that David's just put up there. City 10 shots, Spurs 12 on target, City 4, Spurs 5. Possession 69% City, 39% Spurs. Passes 503 City, 324 Spurs. So obviously that indicates that Man City had the majority of the possession. Probably not as wide as it could have been. I don't know if that's meant to be 31% Spurs, if it was 69.
Yeah, possibly.
I would imagine that that was where I thought it would be, to be honest, 70-30. I thought it would have been that sort of game, because of our struggles with our forward players. But regardless of that, we've had on target and shots essentially just as many as them and a bit more. Yeah, out of 31% possession. So that's bright anyway, Nigel, isn't it? When you think about it, it's not so bad at all. At least we've had 5 on target, Nigel, which is, not bad going. I don't think so.
Absolutely, and we had I'd argue that we'd had the better chances in the game as well. I think Trafford pulled off a few great saves that kept the score down. I think on another day we could have had 3 or 4. Listen, don't get me wrong, it wasn't one-sided, but yeah, I thought we looked so good today, all over the pitch. Here he is, look.
Excellent. He's here. Your mate's trying to pick your brains behind your head, but don't worry about that. With that dodgy finger he's got up the side of your ear roll, we'll take it though, Sheriff. How are you, Sheriff? Celebrating today the lunchtime win, I'm assuming.
Of course, mate. Of course.
Yeah. Have you washed your face now? You all right? You woke up?
Professional performance, man.
Brilliant.
Very professional performance. I'll be honest with you. What did Man City actually create?
Not a
I
lot.
could go back and give you the stats. There you go, Mark. There's the stats on the screen for you.
Is it shots? City 10, Spurs 12. There you go.
Yeah, on target, City 4, Spurs 5.
5, yeah. I knew City had more of the ball. There you go. Yeah. I can't remember them creating too much. I mean, one of the chances they had was Vic's mistake with his sloppiness with his feet. It was a bit of a loose pass, wasn't it? Just played it too hard.
Yeah.
But, I was just going to say that. What a difference a coach makes.
Yeah.
I was saying to my mate, like, look how we're set up. We look solid as a rock. And he went 4 at the back. I was amazed. I was expecting 5.
This.
Yes.
This. What a comment.
Yeah.
Andrew. Best comment of the night so far.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just because we're doing what we're doing now, it doesn't mean that Frank doesn't need better quality players to carry on doing what he's doing. And if you do suffer a couple of injuries, you've got a couple behind you or a few more behind you.
Exactly.
Because we're going to get injuries. Yeah. It's going to happen at some stage. So great comment, Andrew. Love that. Keep talking, Mark. Anyway, tell us about, what you saw today and your main man rifling one in the top bins. Let's have a bit more about that.
Well, he does what he does, mate. I didn't message you. I messaged you once, mate, I think. I sent you one message, I think.
I think so, yeah. Yeah, that was enough.
Yeah, I knew you didn't read it for ages, but
I've been out, mate, today. I've been doing due diligence out on the streets today.
Yes.
Yeah, keep our country safe, mate. Don't you worry about that.
Yes, I know what you're doing, mate. Yes, but is what it is. What did I say?
So what did you think about the old finish then? The actual goal itself, Was it the quality and standard that you expect from probably going to be maybe the Premier League top scorer this season? The man who bins it and does nothing else. Carry on, Mark. Sorry about that. Go on, mate.
But it's where he was, wasn't it? Second striker.
Great strike, Mark. Yeah, was a fantastic strike.
Second striker role. As I was saying all of last season, and I will continue to say, second striker role.
Well, I don't know about that goal being a second striker role today, mate. Not sure about that. I'm not sure about that. That swung over from Kudos. He was about 20 yards behind when the ball was played through on the right-hand side. Give him his due, and this is what me, you, and Nige have said that even though he's not missile-like, right? When he sees the opportunity, he hasn't got the ball at his feet and he can run. It's when he's got the ball at his feet that he can't run.
Exactly. That's
It's
why
weird.
he's
It's
never
weird,
a
isn't
winger.
it?
Right. So what you've seen there is you've seen the ball go down the right. He's seen that he's got 40 yards to run into.
Mm-hmm.
And if he can make it somewhere around the 18-yard box line, he knows where Kudos is putting it. Yeah?
Yeah.
Great run. That burst of pace got him away from the defender. And then if you notice, once he'd got away from him, he kept that gap.
Yeah.
All the way to the ball. I wouldn't say it was second striker. What I would say is it was very opportunist, right? He saw what was going on. He read the play. He made the run and he got there and he finished superbly. And I applaud him for that, Mark.
Yeah.
Absolutely applaud him for
this
that.
is what you just said about he can't run with the ball at his feet. This is why he's not a winger. We all know he can't beat a man. We all know he can cross the ball, but he's got to beat the man first. You know what I mean?
This is what I was saying. This is what I was just about to say. Johnson, when he gets the ball out wide, sometimes if you look at him, he looks terrified. Doesn't look like he wants the ball even sometimes. As soon as that ball's going towards goal, you see the run he made. It was like he was 10 foot tall. It's like, give me that ball. I know what I'm doing. I thought the finish was amazing. I know so many people are going to say it was a tap in, but it wasn't. The ball was coming at him at pace, and he didn't need to put any pace on the power on the ball because it was all on the cross, and he just guided it, kept his body over it, and guided it into it. It was just a great finish.
Superb finish. Absolutely superb finish. And luckily enough, he just kept it down enough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's gone in top bins, and I can't fault him for that. I can't. Everything that we said that we would ask of him, that burst of pace, being aware of what's going on, and getting there. Do you know what I mean? And he's done that, and I thought it was superb. Absolutely superb. I thought Richie played a good part in that as well, though. Held it up well, didn't he? Got the flick on, held it up. Was it Richie that crossed it or Kudos? I can't remember.
Richie crossed it. Star got the flick on. Yeah, Richie crossed it. And...
Yeah, good goal anyway. Yeah, Mark was just saying about, I don't know if you watched it, the Thomas Frank press conference.
I haven't seen it yet, mate.
Did you not? You haven't seen it? No.
No.
Well, fair
What did he say?
Just that he was happy. He was asked questions about his tactics and he just said he tweaks a little bit, you know, different approaches slightly for different games. It might look the same in essence. Do you know what I mean? But in different games, players have different jobs and so on. And he instructs them and they're doing what they're doing. And I've got to say, in the last, whatever it is, 8 weeks that he's been coaching them, longer or shorter, whatever it is, Thomas Frank and his coaching staff have done an absolutely brilliant job.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant job. We've cried out for it. Yeah, we wanted a coach. We've got a coach. Yeah. And I'm going to bring this up now. Again, another great point. I'm going backwards on you a bit, Mark. So you'll need to jump 4. You need to jump 4 forward after this one again.
All right.
Can we please have some good players, Levy? Frank deserves a better squad. And I think, again, it's the nail on the head, Marianne. And Andrew said the same thing earlier, pretty much. And I think you're both absolutely spot on. I urge you to get on your computers, send emails directly, Andrew and Marianne, direct to Daniel Levy to instruct him of what the fans want. Maybe he'll take notice of you. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows?
Well, we do. We do, mate. Look how solid we look today.
Yeah.
How solid. They didn't even look like scoring. Right, they had the majority of the possession, but we had the majority of the possession most of last year, apart from the big teams, didn't we?
Yeah.
How many times did we have 70% of the possession in the game? and we still lost 2-0.
Yeah.
Ripped open it. There was the differences between last season and this season are mind-blowing. Not once did we look in trouble. Not once did they get the ball and you think, where's all our defenders to?
Yeah.
Oh, hang on a minute. They're up where Madison plays, or you know what I mean? Porro and Jed Spence, brilliant. Brilliant. I thought Porro had a bit of a... Porro was in and out. But he did his job. He's not pressing forward anymore. He does. But there's always someone... You notice, though, if Porro does disappear up the field a little bit, there's always someone in his place now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Always.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We got players that are willing to drop into his position. Because he is creative. He is creative when he goes forward. Now, there you go. This is a good point as well.
Sorry, this one here, yeah.
Yeah, the one before. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
It's a great.
I'm not saying we're going to win the Premier League, of course.
Well, I'm not saying that, obviously.
No, not at all. Not at all. But the bonus is, chaps, what I must say is the bonus is that we know that this coach can play in a multitude of different ways, different systems. He can coach players to do that. We've seen a couple of versions of it so far, and I'm sure there'll be more. And I also think squad rotation, if we're going to have a good season, is massive this season. 60 games odd we could be playing. And squad's just not strong enough. And we'll get a couple of injuries. We're up the wall without a paddle.
Mm-hmm.
No. That's just where I am with it. So we'll have a little run through. Mark, I know, sorry, Nigel, you watched the full game, obviously, today. Mark, how much did you see of it? Did you watch it all?
I watched the first half in one pub.
Yeah.
And then my mate wanted to take his car on. And so we went to another pub and watched the second half.
Happy days.
Because he only lives 2 minutes from the pub we went to. So all right, what we're doing... watched the vast majority of it.
Okay, so that's great from both of you. I tell you now, I give everyone 8 out of 10 for today. I said 7.5 earlier, but I'm an 8 out of 10. I thought it was, without going through each individual performance. Yeah, you're right, Mark. Porro was a bit iffy at times.
Yeah.
But I think what you saw today was, it's almost like it's a different mentality when you get to that wall. Do you know what I mean? That wall of that 6, and then when you got Kudos dropping back in, and Sarr dropping back, and it's almost like a brick wall's built, until the instruction is, when you're ready, go and win that ball back. They know how far they'll let City come, and if the opportunity arises, they'll go and nick that ball back as early as possible.
Yeah, that's what I did notice, is Polina sticking his foot in, nicking the ball, breaking it up.
Yeah, winning everything. He won everything.
Absolutely.
I have got to say that. Listen, as much as maybe City were not at their best today, and I think every fan can admit they weren't at their best. I hate the fact that it takes the credit away from Tottenham.
Yeah.
It's like, City were rubbish. Well, no, Tottenham were fantastic. Let's give credit. We're not. For me, it's not happy clapping to say that Spurs played really well today. I thought we played really well, and I thought City were off it. Sure, they weren't at their best, but listen, most teams would have still lost to City today, and we turned up and we did a job on them. And if we can't celebrate these little victories, then as Percy would say, what are we doing now? Let's enjoy it.
Agreed. Yeah. Absolutely agree. I think we moaned and groaned enough last season, Nige. And this channel, everyone that's on here, right? And we'll say it as it is. If there's anything to have a pop about, we'll have a pop.
We'll do it.
We'll do it. But also, at the same time, when there's reason to be joyous, especially on a team performance like it was today, and it doesn't mean that there can't be improvements. I think you should always talk about where you can improve. It's not being greedy to do that. I mean, to me, it's obvious that we need a bit more flair up front. You know, we were talking about this yesterday. You know, it's okay having that 6. Yeah, those 6 players, the 4 and the 2, or the 3 and the 2, whatever he does, yeah, with the wing backs. But if you're winning it, giving it, and losing it straight away, and it's coming straight back, pressure will tell. It will tell. In the end, you'll crack and you'll concede a goal. It's only natural. Yeah. So for me, yeah, like we said yesterday, even after today's result, yeah, the squad for me is thin, as in quality thin. Yeah. We've got lots of players, but lots of them are not up to it. And until they prove they are up to it, when they're given the chance, Levy's got to go and get another couple of players. Just to give Frank a chance, to give him that 14 or 15 that he knows. Yeah, like Leicester did in their winning season. I know they got away with it. They didn't have injuries. Yeah, but just quality. We need quality. I don't know what you lads think. Perhaps you might think I'm being greedy. We're 2 from 2 and so on. But I think we were saying this even before the 2 wins.
Yeah, no, I mean...
Oh, carry on, Nudge.
Go on. No, I just want to say quickly, Scott, that isn't aimed at you, by the way, me having saying about Spurs. We've been watching a lot of YouTube since the result, and a lot of people are like, yeah, but City were poor, you know, and it's just like, oh, come on. So it's not aimed at anyone in particular, but what are you talking about? I just wanted to get that in.
Yeah. Listen, to be fair, I've got to say, it really reminded me of the PSG game, the way we pressed the game. And I think it was slightly different, in the fact of the way that he dealt with the problems that we would face if City had the ball. You know, I don't think he went in too hard with it again. He just went just right, you know. When they were doing it, players weren't getting out of position. I noticed when someone was in someone else's position, it was like, no, get lost, I play here. It was that player was going over there.
Yeah.
To do the job that this geezer's come over to do for him, but over there. You know what I mean? They were talking to each other. There was camaraderie on the pitch. I saw some of that going on. Plenty of talking though. I love the talking between the players.
Feels like we got men in the team, doesn't it? Like we bullied City for most of that game.
Yeah.
Feels like we've got men in the team now.
Yeah. Overall, I did sort of dig Paro out a little bit, saying he had a bit of a shaky game. But, you know, even there was people around him to cover him. If he did, like, make a bit of a mess, because players ain't going to be on fire all the time. And you got to remember that team today is basically our starting 11.
Yeah.
If any of them get injured, we're up the creek.
I agree, Mark.
We're up the creek.
You're spot on, mate.
Levy, get your bloody money out and sign us some squad depth.
Well, we've had 2 comments earlier on, Mark, from Andrew and Marianne.
Yeah, I saw.
I'm sure it was Andrew and Marianne. We brought them up on the screen, and it was, you know, we are where we are, but Levy, you've got to get your hand in your pocket. That was Andrew and Marianne. AE's come up with this comment, right? Levy will look at this result and use it as an excuse not to buy the players Frank needs. He'll say we don't need them. What do you think of that, both of you, that comment?
Well, he's a fool. He's a fool if he thinks that. If he thinks that all these players are going to play 60-odd games, 60 games, 50-odd this season, then he's mistaken. We all know what it was like under Poch. Give a prime example.
Yeah.
Under Poch, we had the best starting 11 in the league for a couple of years, in my opinion. But as soon as we got that 1 or 2 injuries, that was it.
Yeah.
I think we panicked as a fan base, understandably, because we wanted the players in ready for the season. But I think we all panicked, me included, thinking that if we don't get these players in before we start the season rubbish, which Frank is renowned for doing with new teams starting poorly, then we're in trouble. The fact that we've started well is even more reason, in my opinion, to go out there now and add a couple of bits of quality. Because then we've got half a chance, you know?
Yeah.
Why not? If we can get 2 or 3 players in now in this next week, why can we not be the best of the rest? I'm not saying top 4, but why can't we be the best of the rest? Under this manager, who is fantastic.
He's quality, mate.
Yeah.
Absolute quality. I love him. I absolutely love him. I've got to say, I am one of them that wanted a coach. I try and watch a lot of football, and I don't follow the ball. Does that make sense? I'm either trying to look what's going to happen before it's happening, or I'm looking at what players are doing after they've given the ball, or when they was in the build-up. Where's he gone? Do you know what I mean? What's he doing now? And I'm so impressed, so impressed. We mentioned about before the PSG game, I remember all 3 of us mentioning about players shutting down, players following runs off the ball, you know, when we're not in possession. And there was, I think we had one dodgy moment at the back today, the back header from Van der Ven when Marmoush put it across the goal.
Yes.
Haaland had a free header just outside the 6-yard box, what he put over the bar. There was probably more, but they're the 2 that stand out to me. Yeah.
They got in once, little ball, and I think it was Marmoush again had a shot Vicario saved. Come out well to save it.
That's right. Yeah. Hit him on the shoulder here, didn't it? Yeah. Fine save though. Great save. But I just thought City are going to have chances. You're not just going to block them out at home. They are going to have chances. And I just think we kept them to a minimum. Yeah. And controlled the game so well. Once we'd gone, even 1-0 up, but 2-0 up. Yeah, we saw it out really well.
Yeah,
really well, because I was expecting at 2-0 up for the old the old rush to come, and us get swarmed over. But it never happened because we were so structured, because of the way we were set up. And I just think this manager he tweaks tiny little things. You can see what he's doing when you watch. But he just tweaks little things in the match that he thinks needs adjusting. If you watch carefully, you'll see them. Then there's nothing, they're not blatant, but you'll see little things. And brilliant. Absolutely. I just love the geezer. Absolutely love him.
Yeah.
I really like him.
Yeah. To be honest, it's what we were calling out for all last season. Now, can you imagine last season? 2-0 up at Man City, we'd have gone for the 3rd, the 4th, and we'd have probably lost. I know we won 4-0 last season.
Yeah, go on, Mark. Sorry, mate.
I know we lost there. I know we won there 4-0 last season, but you know what I mean? Like, remember the Brighton game when we were 2-0 up?
Yeah.
Should have sat back a little bit. Had none of it. Still played what was who we are, mate, and all that rubbish. And we lost. You know what I mean? Frank, did you see him on the sidelines? Constantly pointing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pointing, talking, shouting, whatever he does, constantly. That's what I want to see a manager do. Not just stand there with your hands in your pockets.
Let's be honest. Who thought we'd play a 4-3-3 today?
We all said
I think
5.
we all thought we'd play 3 at the back, didn't we?
Yeah, we all said 5 last night, didn't we? Or 3, 5, whatever you want to call it.
But it just shows you he can do it with a 4 with a 2 in front as well. He's proved it today. He proved against PSG that he can play 3 centre-backs, and do what he was doing pressing-wise. And today he's played 4 at the back with 2 in front and basically done the same job. I think everyone's main aim today was to keep them quiet. And if you keep City quiet, with because they have got technical players as well. They've got very, very good players. No one can say they haven't. They've come off a 4-0 against Wolves last week, where they looked
Phenomenal.
tasty to say the least.
Phenomenal was the word I'd use.
You know what I mean? And we've gone up there today and turned them over on their patch. And as I've heard a few people saying, apparently, you chaps might be able to put me right because I didn't watch the full game, or I haven't yet, I should say. Excuse me. But apparently we cooked them. Is that the right term to use?
I got to be honest. They made a substitution, I think, like 65 minutes, something like that, 65, 70 minutes. And I was looking at the subs coming on, and I'm like, Cherky's coming off. And I looked at my son, I go, I didn't even realise Cherky was playing. He literally did nothing the whole game, whether that was because we shut him out or. But Reinders, absolutely nowhere the whole game.
And he looked phenomenal. Is it?
Did
Is
the
it
other
Gary
week, didn't he?
Mabbutt's happy birthday, Lord and Saviour?
Big up, Gary
It was-
Mabbott. Happy
It was
birthday.
Gary Mabbutt's birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, you legend. Absolute legend. You know how I feel about Gary Mabbott. We won't go into this tonight.
Yeah,
But-
fantastic. I'm just
Happy
going to
birthday,
click back
legend.
to this one, Mark. Sorry. I'm
No,
going
you-
back
you-
up to. I'm just going back up to. Barbarics in the house. I'll just
Yeah,
read
buddy.
this out and it saves us shouting it out. So there you go. Good evening to the gorgeous gentleman. Good evening to you as well, Barbaric. Top mod in the house with Razzle Dazzle. Smash the likes and subs, people. Memberships and super stickers are available. Get over and
Shameless.
smash a sub to
Shameless.
the Pure Coys TV too. Big up, Barbaric. Thank you very
up,
much,
mate.
sir. We appreciate that. Cheers,
You are
fella.
absolutely shameless, my man.
Yeah, he is, but I'd rather he was
No, I said
shameless
you
than
are.
you at the end of the
You
day.
are. You said when we first got all this, you said, I ain't doing that. I'm not doing it. And so that's why I did it shamelessly. But you're getting there, mate.
Yeah,
The
well,
shameless, the
I'm-
shamelessness.
I'm just reading out the comments, Mark, that our wonderful chat
All you can
and
do.
moderators are putting in for us to read out. What more can I do? It's there on a platter for me, isn't it? Without
Yes.
me having to bring the
Yes.
subject up.
Shamelessness.
Something like that. Barbaric again with the next comment. Everyone involved in the match today, take a bow. Very happy with that performance. I think you're spot on, mate.
Yeah.
Absolutely spot
Yeah.
on. And the next comment from Finn, absolutely as well. I can't agree more. The closing down, the pressing, and the amount of blocks in the 18-yard box under Frank's coaching is immense compared to last season.
Yeah.
We saw that, Finn, when they showed you. I don't know if you saw it or not. Just after Frank took charge, they showed you a bit of a training session at Hotspur Way, and they had tiny little goals all over the pitch, and had all the players sliding in to stop the ball going into the net, slide tackles, and if they could get there without slide tackling, just to block, and they've been working on that a lot, and you've seen Mickey van der Ven today with that last ditch tackle, about 10 yards out, and that's the sort of thing they've been working
What a
on.
block that was.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he blocked it with his backside, didn't he, to be honest?
Yeah.
His
Yeah.
leg missed it and he blocked it with his backside. But what a block.
Yeah, absolutely.
You
Absolutely.
know, I mean,
Brilliant.
let's face it, at the moment with Madders and Kulu out, you can say we're a weaker team than last year. A weaker team.
Mm.
But look at the levels that we're playing at now. All right, some of it is to do with Polinia. Yes, it is, because he breaks the play up, and he puts a shift in every. He's the main one breaking it up.
Before you carry on, Mark, to be fair, I've got to say, on the two performances that I've seen from Polinia now, Daniel Levy, don't worry about this year on loan. Get him signed.
Just buy him.
Buy him now.
Just go and buy him. Don't piss ball about, because if he has a great season, if you haven't got something written down that there's an option to buy at so much, and there may well be, if he has a good season, which the likelihood is that in the position he plays and he's so good at it, he will, I hope the price don't go up. And he says, oh, I ain't paying that. You know, this geezer needs to be at Spurs full time for the next 3 years minimum. Get him signed up on a contract. Do you know what I mean? Get it sorted.
Yeah. But what I was saying though,
Sorry, Mark.
Without Kulu and Maddison, you can say we're weaker.
Yeah.
In the going forward, but look at the job we've done to City today. Blocks.
This is just it.
The team playing for each other, playing as a team.
And this is what I said the other day. And I know I got looked at a bit weird. Maybe we don't go for number 10. Maybe we get a wide man, whether that be Savio or whoever, and maybe Sar's that man. Yes, he's not creative, but that midfield three of Sar, Polinia, and Bentancur is power, is pace, is legs, it's got some class in it as well with Bentancur.
That's true.
I don't know. Maybe we'll be using the wings more.
Yeah. And I just want to make a point as well, and I made this point yesterday. If we are truly interested in Savio, right, we've just played City up there, Gaff, today, right? Everyone that needs to be up there is there. The agents are there. Levy's there. Their bosses are there. Anyone who needs to be in his... I expect an announcement tomorrow that we're either in for him, and City are taking notice of the bid we've made, or I want City to come out again and say he's not for sale. Doesn't matter what you bid, you're not having him.
Shove off.
He can put it to one side, and we can go and get whoever we're going to go and get. But for me, go and make the bid that you think is worth. If it's not enough for him, it's not enough for him. Move on. We've got a week of the window left. We ain't got time to piss ball about. Either buy him, and over the 70 mil, whatever it is, however you're going to pay for it, make it that he's got to come. We need him now. So if he's going to be your last one big signing this season, go and break the transfer record for him. I don't care. It ain't my money. Go and break the record. We know you've got the money. We know they've got it. Go and do it. Get him in. And like Nige says, if it works out that we don't have an attacking midfielder and we have to plod through, Kulu's back in January, hopefully. And if Maddison gets back this year, I don't know if he will with his injury. It's a pretty bad one by all accounts. But you've got those two to come back. But this is where I don't want Levy to rest on his laurels just because he thinks, Kulu will be back in January. So that's another attacking midfielder. I don't want him to, well, we've got them coming back, so I don't need to buy anyone. Do you know what I mean? I don't want it to be that mindset. I want him to go and get these other two, and then you've got 14 or 15 you can rely on, and then you've got Kulu to come in January, with maybe another addition then, and then Maddison to come back towards the end of the season.
Yeah, but you've got to remember as well, Kulu would have been out over a year, wouldn't he?
Something like that.
Yeah, over a year.
Yeah, and he takes a while to get back fit again, Mark.
It takes time to come back, doesn't it? He's going to be slowly reintroduced, isn't he? 10 minutes here. He's not going to come on and do 90 minutes in his first game.
Yeah.
No.
It's going to be like a sub 10 minutes of a game where he comes on and gets the applause. All the songs going again. The Levy song and that mentions his name. Agreed. Yeah.
Spot on comment, Ryan. Absolutely agreed. Did it superbly. Go on, Mark. Keep talking, mate. I can keep clicking.
No, that's what I was just going to say, though. Kulu and Madders, when they come back, they're not coming back in and going straight into 90 minutes. Definitely not. Definitely not. Madders is rumoured to be maybe April.
Yeah.
And I thought Kulu was like March or February.
Scott, this comment, I can't agree with you. I just can't agree with you on this comment. I love you to death, man, right? And a lot of your comments, I read them in WhatsApp chats and I think, do you know what? He's got a point there. But We pressed the shit out of them, Scott. And that was what we did that they couldn't cope with. And you can't just say, oh, anyone could do that. The manager set them in a certain way. He's studied City. He's studied what they do. Yeah. And he's gone after them. As far as I'm concerned, we all said before this game, press. Not too hard. Yeah. But keep blocking them. Just keep blocking them in blocks. And that's what they did. And they did it. And that was enough to put a lot of great technical players off of their game today. For me, that's what we did differently. And if we carry that on going forward in these more difficult games, your Cities, your Liverpools, your Arsenals, even your Newcastles and your Villas, if that's what it takes for us to go and win the game, I would rather see what we're seeing at the moment in these difficult, the PSG and the Man City games so far. But I'd rather see what we're seeing now than what we saw for the last 2 years. And I think it's a major improvement, Scott. I think there's been so much hard work gone in on the training ground. For me now, Scott, what's happened is that we've seen what Thomas Frank can do in these 2 games. We know he can change it about in lots of different ways. Yeah. But what we're requiring now is Levy to stick his hand in his bin for another 2. Because then you will definitely see the difference, Scott. You'll see what the 6 do at the back. You'll see what the 4 do going forward. You're probably still going to need a centre forward. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's just where I am with it. And Scott, it's just opinions, bruv. You know me. We talk now and again, and I'll tell you, and we come up with different opinions. It's just how we see the game, mate. It's just how it is. Nige, thoughts on that?
Mod Father's in the house, by the way.
Big up, Ben. Big up, mate.
Big up,
Hope
mate.
you're well. Hope you're well, Ben.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree totally. It's I just thought all over the pitch today we were first. We looked hungry. We looked like we wanted to win the game. Sure, City had a spell early doors. First 20 minutes, they looked a better side. I think I got to be honest. As soon as Spurs scored, I thought we looked controlled. There wasn't any time during that game, and you quite often watch City. And I wasn't looking forward to watching us today because I thought it was going to be backs to the wall. We're going to be defending. But watching that game in the second half, there wasn't any time I thought, oh my God, I can't watch this. This is horrific. I just felt comfortable.
Yeah.
And a lot of that goes down to Frank and the players. I thought they're brilliant.
Yeah. Exactly.
Great comment from Nita. That. Love that comment. Absolutely. Yeah. Spot on, Nita. I agree. We need to be on it. Liverpool, Chelsea and them ass up the road. Spot on. Levy, stop being a gun runner and get us the players Frank needs. Well,
yeah.
That's the second or third comment from our chat that's come in tonight, and it's been absolutely on the money. And they've all put it differently. And they've all been spot on. So big up to the chat. Make sure you like and sub and all the rest, and to Nige down the bottom, if you all don't mind, please.
Without swearing as well. There's been no swear words in this about Levy.
Good. I think the swear words, mate, to be fair, was to do all. I was still, I don't know, 36 hours after the Eze thing. My blood pressure was God knows what, mate. I was fuming, absolutely fuming after that. And I think I've calmed down a little bit since then. And the old win today has put a little spring in the step, if you like. Do you know what I mean? And it's lovely to support a football club that plays half decent football, and when you see what you did today, I don't think anyone would say no to that for the season as long as we was getting the results.
Going on what Nige said, I watched the second half and there was not one stage of it where I thought, hang on a minute, we're going to concede in a minute. It just didn't look like it. Where have you gone now, mate, with the thing?
Next one down. Did you want that one, did you? That's where you was.
No. I don't know where you've gone with the chat, mate.
Only one down. I'm only clicking one down.
Yeah, it disappeared for some reason.
Oh,
no, but there wasn't one part of the second half where I thought, oh, hang on a minute, we're going to concede in a minute. Every time they come at us, all right, yes, they did have a lot of the ball, but there was not any point where I felt that we were threatened. Yeah, they had a couple of half sniffs, but that's all they were, half sniffs.
Yeah, yeah.
There was none of this like we were wide open at the back, one ball down the side, one ball over the top, and they're in. And they got 3 on 2 or 4 on 2 or whatever the nonsense that was going on last year. Yeah. As you've said, Matt, Frank is a coach, a proper coach.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's get that in there. And the way we set up today, long may it continue.
Yeah.
Don't care how we play football. At the end of the day, all right, yes, there is the Tottenham way, play with grace and flair and all that. Would you care? Would you care if we only had 30 odd?
But this is what I'm saying, Mark. Mark, you're spot on, but give me another winger, yeah?
Yes.
And maybe another centre forward if you're going in, but like Nigel says, if you're going without your attacking midfielder and you're going to hang on and you're going to carry on with Sarr, you know, I suppose they can chuck others in there. I don't know if they've got the legs to do it, though. Could you chuck a Bergvall in that position? Has he got the legs to get round the pitch? And this is what bothers me. Sarr gets injured. Yeah. What do we do then?
Well, we definitely need another midfielder. I think I'm not saying we don't buy enough. Listen, I'd love a 10. I'm not saying we shouldn't buy a 10. I'm just saying Spurs might think we've got Kulu, we've got Maddison when he comes back. Yeah. If we get a Savio, let's buy another 8. You know?
Yeah.
And then I don't know. I don't know.
Or get a Savio and go and get a centre forward. I mean, people laugh at me, right? But there's a centre forward at Juventus that's available on loan. We've still got a loan that we can do. Now, people will say to me, no doubt in the chat, but he's on 300 grand a week. I don't care. I don't care. There's ways to manipulate. Yeah, and we've had this discussion before. There's ways how you can manipulate what a player's base wage is on paper. Right? You can give him bonuses for scoring goals, if it's a defender, for clean sheets, for assists, to make up what a player, his wages were at Juventus. So he's on 300 grand a week. Yeah. Say to Juventus, we'll pay 200 of it. Or if you have to, we'll pay the 300 and then manipulate how it looks on the sheet. You know, he's on 200, but the other 100's in bonuses when he plays.
Yeah.
Something like that. I don't know. Just not to upset the rest of the squad that someone else comes in on 300 grand a week. Do you know what? Do you know where I'm getting at? Yeah, I'd understand why Levy wouldn't want to do that because of how his pay structure is, but people don't need to know. It's not really our concern, is it? At the end of the day, just if you're going to go and get Savio, go and get Vlahovic on loan. At least you've got a proper 11 then when they're all fit.
What you were saying just a minute ago? No. We've won 2 games out of 2 so far.
Yeah.
But this is not saying that this is going to continue.
No.
You get a couple of injuries in amongst that, we're knacked. We are absolutely done for. You know, this is where Levy's got a show now. He's got 8 days. 8 days. 9 days, whatever it is. Get your bloody money out. Get your bloody money out and sign us some players.
Massive week ahead for Spurs. Not only to sign players, but if we can go into that international break with another victory, you know, Bournemouth will be tough next weekend, but if we can beat Bournemouth at home next week, get a few players in going into that international break, then that'll be a fantastic start to the season.
Yeah.
But it's all ifs and buts at the moment.
It is, and AE come up with a comment earlier, it's a bit further up, saying about, listen, it's fantastic, it's brilliant, it's been a great start, but let's not be popping the champagne yet. And he's right, because, you know, it only takes a couple of results to go that way, and then, you know, but the thing is, you've seen what they can do. Now, you've seen it today, you saw it against PSG on neutral ground. They've done it away from home today against Man City. Whether Man City were on it or not, we can use these excuses. I had all the excuses about PSG. Oh, they're only just coming back from their from their holiday and doing it. Listen, they played Chelsea. They had about 2 weeks off, right? Footballers don't go down to 80% fitness when they don't play for a couple of weeks. They're fit lads, you know?
No.
I'm not saying they was 100% on it, but Spurs have to take a bit of praise out of that PSG game for the way they dealt with it, even though it went south in the last 15 minutes or so. We know that was because of the substitutions. He's proved today against a very good side, whether they was on it or not, that's not our problem. Yeah? If they turn up or not, that's not our problem. It's about Tottenham Hotspur doing their job. Yeah? And it has to continue, though, Nige. It has to continue.
I agree. I do agree with that. Yeah, let's not pop the champagne, of course not. But at the same time, as fans, if we can't enjoy a victory,
Agreed.
What is the point in being a fan?
Agreed.
Yeah,
I totally agree with you, Nige.
Because next week we might be spitting chunks, you know?
Yeah.
So
Nige,
although even if we lose next week, I believe it's Bournemouth at home, I won't be saying Frank out and all that nonsense like we were with bloody the other one last year. I'm not even going to say his name.
I just think, Mark and Nige, that these players have got on board with this early doors. I really do. I think it was so important that backroom staff came in, you know, because Franks wants to be on the pitch as often as possible on the training pitch with his coaching staff. But at the same time, he knows if he's got to go and do whatever he's got to do in the office or whatever it is, other stuff that he does as a football manager at Tottenham Hotspur, and I'm sure there's plenty. Yeah, he can leave it to that lot to coach because he knows they're doing it how he wants it done. And obviously, Frank's not there all the time on the training ground, like we've just said. So his coaches must be doing a wonderful job of implementing the systems and tactics that, you know, Frank's asked them to do. So fair play to all of them. I can't knock any of them at all. It's, to me now, from what I've seen, it's on the players now. Right? They've got to that level. We've seen the effort and the pressing and what they're doing away from home. For me, it's up to the players now to continue that. And then it's up to Levy to add to the squad this week to give Frank a chance.
Yeah.
That's exactly where I am with it. I can't say I'm any different. That is where, I don't know what you two think. That's where I am.
Well, let's just say good evening to Wes.
Big up, Wes.
Evening, mate. He says evening all.
Hope you're well.
Levy is happy with the first 11 that can compete. Yeah. I don't think he really cares about squad depth. He wants Guns N' Roses, NFL, and F1. Yeah. We will see this week. We've been saying this for a long time.
Wes, we have to keep pushing. All 50 of us in here, 53 of us, we have to keep pushing for them signings, Wes.
You've got to demand better.
You've got to, Wes. You've got to demand better. Whatever sites you're on, if that's how you feel, when you're on these sites and you're in chats and people are talking about this stuff, get your comment in the chat. Whether you're in a group that doesn't agree with what you're saying, doesn't matter. Still get it in the chats. You know, we welcome people that don't agree with us in here. As long as no people are not rude, we can always put up with a difference of opinion. You've seen Scott in here earlier. Now we all know Scott, as in on WhatsApp groups. Scott has a different opinion because he constantly demands. And he does.
Ceiling's a lot higher.
He's up here, Scott. This is where he wants to be. So I understand where he's coming from when we've just beat City 2-0. Yeah. But he wants more. He wants more on top, not necessarily in performance, but he wants better players in. Like we all do. We know we're short. We know we're only an injury away from it going down the pan. You know, but we've got to be positive. The results so far, Burnley today against City, and it needs to continue against Bournemouth next week as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I think it will. Because let's face it, we played 2 games now that couldn't have been. What's the right? See, I'm way below that, mate.
Way below what? I've
Well,
just
you've just
clicked on
clicked
the
back
one
to.
underneath.
No, you didn't, mate. I'm way below Ben's comments. I brought them up like 10 minutes ago.
Carry on, Mark.
No. I'm just saying, mate. I'm not like digging you out or nothing. That's where I was. Oh, but I didn't. Well, whatever. But anyway, but you couldn't have got 2 performances that were more different.
No.
You know what I mean? Like last week we had a lot of the ball, and we were expected to have a lot of the ball. This week we were expected not to have so much of the ball. And we ground the results out. All right, last week was a bit easier, but today we thoroughly deserved it.
Yeah, it is going to be 3 different games, isn't it? Because I saw someone put it in the chat earlier, but Burnley at home was very much where they wasn't ever going to really attack us because they haven't got the quality. So it was a game we were probably always going to win. Man City, totally opposite, is a game we're going to have to sit in and take our chances when we get them, and we did that. Bournemouth, I think, are different. I think they're a good footballing side. I think they will create chances against us. So it will be a slightly different game. We will probably have more of the ball, but Bournemouth are dangerous, I think they're a good side.
Yeah, they're sort of in between the two, aren't they?
Yeah.
To be honest, they're not going to command the ball like City. But then again, they're dangerous. I mean, Burnley really didn't offer nothing, did they? They had a few half chances when we were off it in the first half, but that was about it, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
See what people got to say then. Yeah. Papa Matasar got man of the match, didn't he?
Yeah, it was brilliant today. Absolutely brilliant.
Outstanding. I'm pretty certain I saw him get man of the match.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Big up, Paz.
Yeah. Big up. But sorry, Haz, I didn't see it was you. Big up, mate. Right.
Yeah.
What should we move on to now then? Did Mark have a bloody thing? I don't know.
I don't think so. We can talk about I'm trying to think of the second goal now. The second goal. The one where we obviously pressed Man City from the goal kick.
Oh yes.
And that's what I was saying earlier when we first started about Sarr that number 10. Well, I was saying if we had an Eze, or if we had someone of that ilk, would he have closed that centre back down? I'm not sure he would have because it's Sarr's game. So it would have been a different game if we had an Eze in that team. That's why I said last week when we were about to sign him, it wouldn't surprise me if he did sign if he started on the bench because I just think it's probably not the game for him. But I thought the second goal was lovely. Great closing down and lovely to see Polina score.
Oh yeah. That was just. All right, he did have a bit of a mare, didn't he? The keeper had a bit of a mare, but like.
Yeah, it was a shocking pass.
Yeah, but like, it just goes to show what happens if you harry people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was a great finish by Polina as well. Smashed it in. Well, he did. Well, he didn't really have to do a lot. Did he? The ball broke through and he just whacked it in. But like, still had to do it.
Well, and it was pretty good composure from Richarlison, to be fair, because so many times you see him like just shoot or sky it. He didn't just shoot; he took his time, and then we got the goal, so all good.
Yeah, but to be honest, it was well deserved. Well deserved for our play. I mean, so like we were saying, I don't think Man City, they never really. Well, put it this way, I wasn't nervous watching us.
No.
Not
They didn't really have anything clear cut.
Was it? No, they didn't.
Yeah, they didn't. No. Just go through.
Oh, here we go. There's
You
a
will get.
comment here. Look. I was at Mavericks last game for Spurs, along with Klinsmann. That was it. That's obviously when Klinsmann come back.
Yeah, second spell, I take it.
Yeah, that would have been the first time was '94, wasn't it? That must have been
Yeah.
when we nearly got relegated because he came back and saved us, didn't he?
Yeah, those 4 goals against Wimbledon.
Yes. I'm blocked from emailing Levy. There you go. That's you and Brian Daigle then.
Oh no.
Because I think Brian is
Oh
as well.
no. No. So it looks like, obviously, I'm just going through Twitter as I'm speaking. It looks like Spurs might be trying to hijack the El Canoe deal.
Oh, you're joking me.
Told you that yesterday, live from Cookmeister Way, that we would go and did I not say it or not yesterday?
You did.
Can you remember, chaps? I said
Yeah.
we would more than likely go in and try and hijack Palace after what happened, with Eze for El Canoes. You heard it here first.
There you go.
It's madness. Absolute. That is not the type of player that we need. I just don't think he's what we need. Perhaps he comes in and he's flying because he's coming into a side that's got loads of confidence. I don't know.
We've been levied again.
I mean, it is only rumours at the moment, so
What's that on Twitter, Nige?
It's on Twitter. Some Tottenham transfer news, so it might all be rubbish. So we will just see. Until someone says Big says it, I'm going to choose not to believe it.
Well, you're going to believe anything, even if that Big says it. I told you.
Probably not.
Told
No,
you and
probably
told
not.
you and told you. Gibbs White and Eze. I told you.
There you
Don't
go.
believe a word of it.
Something's still got to be done, though, Mark. At the end of the day,
Of course.
Do you know what I mean? Because as good as this win was today, we need depth, mate. I don't care what anyone says. We still need a good 5 or 6 players for this squad. But you're not going to get them all in one window. You might get one more if you're lucky. You might get one more. But the way when you hear stuff like that coming out again, it'll be El Canoes and some League 2. I don't know, whatever. It does my nutting, mate. Or it'll be someone from France in the last year of their contract or something like that.
Yeah.
Get
I
us
told you the 2 names, mate. I told you the 2 names, but one of them's gone to Everton, or he might be going to Everton.
Yeah.
Diblin and
El Canoes. Yeah.
I forget Savio and Al Canoes. I mean, I still don't want Al Canoes, but I'd rather get another 8. I'd rather get like a Harvey Elliott than an Al Canoes.
Yeah, I agree with that, Nigel. If you're not going to go and buy a 10, go and buy a proper solid 8. Do you know what I mean? If you're not going to do that, I agree with you. Go and get an Harvey Elliott. Go and get someone of that ilk that is could I don't know, pretty much fall into this team. Do you know what I mean? He'll give you that bit of creativity with kudos, I suppose, because he has got that in him. Harvey Elliott. It might be a shout, mate, that, to be fair, if they're not going to go down here. But we still got to have the other winger, Nige. We've got nothing on the left.
Oh. Savio is one we have to get.
I believe as well.
That ilk.
Yeah. And would you be averse to breaking our transfer record to go and get Savio?
I don't care if we paid 120 million for him. I couldn't give him.
Not my bloody money.
Just get him. It's not mine. I don't care.
It's not my money.
Same as you three, mate. I'm exactly the same as you three. Yeah, Kevin said Elliott could play 8 or 10. He's spot on. Yeah. He can. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. It's going to be an interesting week.
I mean, we all know. Yes, we've had 2 good results the first 2 weeks. 2 great results, 2 wins, 6 points. But we know that the squad is not deep enough. I'm not saying you bring players in just to fill the depth needs out. I'm saying you get players in that improve us immediately.
Yeah.
And make the ones that's in the team think, oh, hang on a minute. You know what I mean? You know, we don't want the likes of Grays and Bergvals come in that really add nothing to the team. No, because they didn't, did they, to be honest? Let's not beat around the bush. Right.
Well, no,
I thought,
great.
to be fair, that the bit that I saw of Bergwell when he came
He did
on,
all right.
he made 3 important
yeah.
clearances that I saw. Do you know what I mean? One of the header, a ball came across, and he was there in the thick of it and got it away from a dangerous position. You know, I'm sure Thomas Frank just sent him on and said, you know, help the defence out or whatever. Because but
that's all right when he comes on. But what I'm saying is when he rocked up last year, he wasn't what we needed for the first team. He's all right coming off the bench for 20 minutes. I'm not saying he's not.
Yeah.
But would you want him starting every week? He's not experienced enough.
No, he's not experienced enough to no, not at the moment. But hopefully over this next year, like a lot of the other players, he'll learn a lot. He'll learn a lot. Like Archie Gray will off Paulinia. If Archie Gray's not watching everything that geezer does in training, on the field, when he's eating, whatever he's doing, when he's having a toilet, he should be following him, learning everything this season. Absolutely everything that he can learn.
Yeah. Of course. But like, you know, I was on about when they came in last season. They didn't improve us. Yeah. They didn't improve us one iota. They were brought in as ones for the future that maybe we can flog for triple the money we give for them in a couple of years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's all it was. It's winging a prayer time again. You know what I mean? We need players to walk straight in this team now that's going to improve us. As
I agree.
As Eze would have. Morgan Gibbs White would have.
Savinio will.
You know, I'm saying will as though we're going to get him, but knowing Levy cocked that up as well.
I've got to ask you two, could you ever see the scenario of if we don't buy an attacking midfielder, playing more of a 2 and a 1? So you've got your centre forward, but having Savinio and Kudos here, and your centre forwards just that bit further up here. Could anyone see that happening? If we don't buy an attacking midfielder as such, so that they can do this and spread the play open, or they can come narrower, just those two. I'm not talking about, you know, everyone else doing this inverted shit, but I'm talking about if we had those two and didn't buy I'm just throwing it out there, didn't buy an attacking midfielder, could you see a Savinio with the twinkle toes, the Kudos with the twinkle toes? You know what I mean? Just coming in that bit more slightly and using them as wingers stroke midfield, you know, attacking midfielders. I don't know. What do you think?
Maybe not both together, but certain times during the game, maybe like you got 5 minutes, Kudos plays more closer to Richarlison or Solanke, whoever's, and then maybe they alternate. And because they can both play on either wing as well, they can alternate, can't they?
Yes.
You know?
Yeah,
and I'll be honest with you as well. You look at when Udogie comes back and Porro, they were predominantly, well, they were bought for Conte as wing backs.
Yeah.
And so they can both bomb up the outsides. So I think you might be onto something there, mate.
There was one.
Go on, Nigel.
There was one moment in the first half which I found really frustrating, and I thought Spence was brilliant. I think as a defender he's fantastic. There was one moment in the first half when he broke down the left and he got clear, and it's like, put the ball in the box.
You can't.
And he took his time and then cut back onto his right foot, and I'm just like, if that was an Udogie, then he would have put the ball in the box. That's the only problem with having Spence out there.
Yeah, and this is what we said before, Nige, wasn't it? We said that when they're overlapping, when they're overlapping, Spence can't use his left foot. He hasn't got a left foot as such, right? So he's always going to be cutting back. And that you saw from Kudos last week, when you go down the line, cut it back, penalty spot, wingers know that. they know if they haven't got a man to pick out at the penalty spot, someone should be coming.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what he did for Richie last week. Don't get me wrong, Richie finished it off great with a little scissor kick. Loved it, you know. But Spence can't do that down the left without cutting back.
Yeah.
He can't just in his stride and try and get it across. And that's the only thing with Jed when he plays on the left that you're losing when you've got a doggy there. Because if it was the other player, it'd have been in, down the left, that ball would have been coming across. You know? It's just one instance, though. It's one instance in the game night, like you said, isn't it?
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But this was your pet hate, wasn't it, about Spence being on the left? You said he's right.
I hate it. Yeah, it's not that I hate it.
No. Well, pet hate is the wrong. You said you don't like it because he's right-footed.
Yeah, that's the only negative I've got against it. If the kid was both-footed, it wouldn't be an issue for me.
Yeah.
But just because he's predominantly right-footed, we know he doesn't get far forward that too often because, like Mark says and Nigel said, he's not a wing-back, he's a full-back. Yeah. So his natural game is not to bomb on. He always wants to be safe. Yeah. So I get that part of it. But when you can't cross the ball in because you haven't got that left foot, my theory is, why are we going there anyway? Because he's cutting back. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's neither in or there. It is what it is. It was just one instance in the game in the 90 minutes where, you know, if you'd have had a left footer, it was coming across the box. And, you can't knock him because of the rest of the game, everything that he did was spot on. You know,
you look at him defensively.
Yeah, defensively, he was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Jay's in the house.
Oh, big up, Jay. Hope you're well, mate.
Yeah, and then he says, hope you're well, boys. Then he wants the link, mate.
Yeah, you can send it to him if you want. Oh, is it? Have we got it? I've got it in 1 foot, and Mark.
I can send it to you now, mate.
Yeah, I've got it in 1 foot, I think. Carry on for a minute, Mark, and I'll find
all right.
it.
Yeah.
I'll find it.
If you can sort it, mate.
Yeah, I'll get it over to him.
All right, mate.
Here it is.
I was going to say because I know
I found it. No worries.
When you were doing all your thing, mate, I ain't got many people's numbers.
Yeah, I'll send it to him now, Mark. Go on, you just carry on chatting about the game.
No. Well done, mate.
Yeah,
we need another free play. Yeah, we do. We do need another free play. Well, you could rest on your laurels at 2, couldn't you?
There you go. I sent it to him. Done. I hope he's still watching. Joe, if you're still about, I've sent the link to you, mate. You just come in when you're ready.
Do you agree with us? I reckon we could get away with 2 as long as they were top quality.
I think he's got to get 2 now.
Got to get 2. 3 would be nice.
Improve us immediately.
Yeah, I mean,
none of this kids that are only like, you know what I mean? None of that. I
agree, mate. I agree.
Yeah, Jay's here.
Here he is.
Yeah.
Here he is.
Yeah. Remember that you going,
He's got them dodgy glasses on again. Here he's happy today. Look, he's got the smiles on his face. He's got the shades on. The hair's done. Jay, how are you, my friend? Long time no see.
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Thank you for having me on the show, boys. It's good to finally be back on the channel. Big up the chat as well. You know what I mean? What a day, man. What a day. I'm loving life as a Spurs. Well, I'm not gonna lie and say I'm loving life as a Spurs fan, but it's been a nice change of pace considering what we've been through over the last 72 hours. I think it's fair to say, man. But yeah, I'm doing good. I heard you lot talking about El Canoes and whatnot, so I said, nah, let me get in here as well. Let me get involved in this conversation, man.
Tell us, Jay. Tell us, where are you at with it? Because, you know, we're at the stage where we think, especially after the Eze, the Morgan Gibbs White thing, the Eze thing, we're like at the stage now, there's a week left. Levy, you've seen what Thomas Frank can do, as in on the coaching side. Now it's up to you to go and get at least 2 more in this window and then follow that up again in January with another one and continue it, into the next transfer window next summer. Where are you at with it, Jay?
To be quite honest with you, I after the whole Morgan Gibbs White thing, I thought, you know what, that was a bit of a one-off thing. I didn't think we was going to end up in another situation like that. And I was a bit reluctant to blame Levy. I was like, all right, cool. Let's see what he does. Then the Eze deal transpires, and I'm thinking, all right, how do you bounce back from this? Like, this is probably one of the most embarrassing sagas in our recent history, in terms of, obviously, apart from the Sol Campbell thing, but we've been sniped. We've had our transfer target sniped by Arsenal. How do you bounce back from this? And then the Tyler Diblin links happen and whatnot. And I'm saying, oh, mate, come on, Levy. It's like, I get it. Frank is very good at working with players, and he's very good at coaching. Do you know what I'm saying? However, what I will say is he's not a miracle worker. Do you know what I'm saying? He's not a miracle worker. He's not gonna. He can't turn water into wine. Do you know what I'm saying? He does need some quality in the squad, and I'm looking at it, and this is why I was so happy with the signing of Kudus after I had actually seen him, because I'm like, okay, this is the player that can push the likes of Kulusevski to the bench. This is the Eze was going to be that for Maddison. I thought when Maddison comes back, he was going to have a hard time getting into the squad. Now, I think El Khanous is a good talent. I think his ceiling is very high.
Yeah.
I think technically I'm a big fan of him in terms of him as a footballer. However, is he what we need now? No. And knowing this club, we'll get him, and that will be the end of the window. We won't go out and get an El Khanous and I don't know, like someone mentioned before, a Savinho. We're not going to go and do that. We'll get an El Khanous and call it a day, and maybe go and get Sancho on loan in January, or Garnacho, right? So I think this squad is crying out for quality. I don't think depth is the problem. I think the quality of the squad and the quality of the depth is the problem.
Yeah.
Agreed.
That's where I'm at right now.
1,000,000%. Anyone who comes in now in the next 8 or 9 days, whatever it is, has got to walk in and improve us immediately.
Yeah, agreed.
Improve us.
Yeah.
None of this one's for the future nonsense. We had that last year. They got to come in, whatever position we get them in. If it's a left wing, they got to get Johnson's shirt because he's out on the left, and say, you're not playing anymore, I'm out here now. And if you want to play on the left, you've got to fight me for it.
That's how it should be, though, Bart. The whole squad should be like that.
And this is how you evolve your squad over time as well.
Of course.
Your best players, and wherever you think they're the best players, you get people in to compete with them.
Do you guys fear that Levy will look at today's result and think, yeah, we'll be all right. We can get to January.
Absolutely.
I really hope he doesn't, because that champion. Look, I know we're not going to go out there and win the Champions League, even though I would love to win it. But I still don't want to get embarrassed in the Champions League. And I'm looking at all the other English teams going into Europe, and then I look at our squad and I think, this is still a Europa League squad. This isn't a Champions League level squad yet. You know, there's still a few. And also that left-hand side, you're going to see by November, I'm telling you, Kudus' form will fall, because that's our only outlet. Everything goes down that right-hand side. Porro hasn't had a rest. So when he went down today, I was worried that was him. That he was gone, because he hasn't had a rest. He's and fair play to him, because he's one of our, you know, he's the bulldog of the team. He will play through everything. But I definitely think that we do need to strengthen that left-hand side. I think Pap Sarr today, though, I want to give a little bit of praise to Pap Sarr, because I'm quite a big critic of the guy. I think sometimes he just runs around like a bit of a headless chicken. Like, it's a bit of a table tennis. It feels like table tennis with him in midfield. It's just very back and forth.
Yeah.
But I think, again, this is when I said I wanted an experienced older head in midfield, this is the benefit of having someone like Paulinho in the midfield. The younger players have a lot more confidence, which allows them to be a lot less erratic and a lot more concentrated. It's almost like they can make the thought before making a thought of what they're going to do. They can actually take time to process. I don't know if you saw today, but there was a few times where in other games, Pap Sarr, he gets booked. or potentially sent off. I know he hasn't been sent off before, but potentially he gets a second yellow. But again, composure, that's something that I'm seeing. Bergvall, we're still yet to see him pick up that composure. But man, I'm so glad we got this manager, man. I'm so glad, and I don't want this to end like how it ended with Ange, because to be honest, Frank doesn't deserve that. He's come in. He's not going to sit there and ask you to go make 80 million, 100 million pound signings, but just give the guy enough tools to work with. Do you know what I mean? We're not asking you to give him the tools to build a skyscraper, but let him build a house first. You know what I'm saying? Let him set up a tent first, so he can have somewhere to sleep.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Hang on.
Couldn't have put. Well, I couldn't have put it like that. I was going to say I couldn't put it better myself, but yeah,
Nice.
I mean that's just spot on, mate. At the end of the day, innit? You can't really argue with any of that. You can go now, Joe. You've said your bit. All right, mate.
Oh man,
right, brilliant, Joe.
Thinking,
it's great. It's great. Go on, Nige. Go on, mate.
I was going to say, I was thinking that when Jay was speaking, I was like, build a skyscraper, build a house. Yeah, I'm going to use that on my next stream. Yeah, definitely. Build a house.
We're all up for nicking ideas,
you
lads.
gotta go step by step. You know what I mean?
Of course. And Jay, I think you're spot on. I don't, only the most deluded fans think we're going to get everyone in one window. You know, I know, Nige, Mark, the chat know, Daniel Levy does not work like that. He just doesn't do it. He's not invested enough in the football as a fan, like we all are, like the chat all is. I just really don't think he is. Sometimes I think he's so clueless on the football side. Surely it would just be better for him to think to himself, do you know what? I'm going to leave it to these guys. I'm going to go and build me hotels. I'm going to make sure my go-kart track's working. I'm going to go and sort out my sponsorship for the NFL. I'm going to go and do all that stuff. Charrington's in now. Vinay's in now. I'm sure they'll come to me at the end when a deal's ready and say, are you prepared for this? This is what we've got lined up. And he can just go, you don't need to get involved. You can just go, yeah, go for it. This is what we can go to. This is what the structure can be. Or no, don't bother. Rather than getting involved himself. I don't know why he has to keep getting involved all the time. He's got
I'd like it if these people that are sorting out just went up to him and said, yeah, Daniel, sign this, will you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, Daniel, sign this. Off you go.
I get to the point. I get the point why he wants to nick a penny every time, because that is him. He's a businessman. That is him. But the time has to come, and you're going to get to a comment shortly, and I hope it's so true, Mark. So true.
What, this one?
No, it's David Crick. You'll get down to it. I don't know how far down it is. It could be 15, 20 minutes. I don't know where you are. But David Crick's made a comment about Savinho. Apparently on Twitter, it's rife that we're going in with an 85 million euro bid for Savinho. Listen, to me, like I said earlier, everyone that needs to be in Manchester to sort this deal out, is there today. All the Man City reps, all the Tottenham reps, the chairman from City. I've got no doubt Daniel Levy was there today. You're all there. So let's deal with it. If he's going to be available at a price, ask them what their price is. Yeah. I understand you got a week to barter, so you might go in 5 million short. But however it works out, Daniel, get the bloody deal done. You're all up there. Thrash it all out tonight. If it can't be done, tell everyone Savinho's not happening. We're looking at other targets.
Yeah,
at least we know where we stand.
We ain't got time now, have we, Cooker? We ain't got time.
Got no time.
You know,
we've got no time. They're there. They're there tonight.
We need a here we go tomorrow morning. That's how urgent this needs to be, because
man.
Let's be real. Again, this is my problem with our club. Look how quickly Arsenal, and I hate to praise Arsenal, I really do. This, in fact, it's almost making my stomach turn having to do this, but Look, Havertz got injured, and look how quickly they got the Eze deal done. Look how fast they turned around and got the deal done. So why is it that Maddison's been out for what, 3 weeks, and he started a YouTube channel before we've signed a player to replace an injured player? Why is it that we knew Son was leaving from the final? I knew he was leaving from before the final. I said, look, if we win, he's going to go because he's going to want to bow out in style. Why did we wait so long to decide, okay, let's get our act together and go and sign the left winger? Because, and again, my other question is, if we've got 85 million euros to spend on Savinho, who, by the way, not saying he's a bad player, but he's very unproven. He scored 1 goal in the Premier League last season, right? Why didn't we give Bournemouth the 85 million that they wanted for Semenyo, who is a Premier League proven winger, who we saw what he done against Liverpool? In fact, furthermore, we saw what he done against us last season, right? Levy's a very confusing man. He's very backwards. The thinking is very, very, very backwards, and I don't understand the science behind it.
What I would say to you, Jay, is if I can just jump in before Nige does.
Yeah, of course.
Right. What I would say is, I don't know how much you've seen of Savinho, but when you get a chance, go back to the Girona videos. Yeah, in the Spanish league. I know he's been used sparingly in the Premier League under Pep. He's only scored 1 goal. Yeah. He played on the wrong side. He was on the right wing playing for Pep, very rarely on the left. Yeah. This geezer, if you think Kudos will light up the lane, and I've told these lads here, and I tell all this lot in the chat, yeah, he will, because as we get better players in, Kudos will get released a lot more. You'll see a lot more one-on-ones. You'll see a lot more of him taking the piss out of people, yeah, because he's very good at that. Very good at that. So if you think he's good at it, Jay, wait till Savinho comes, if he comes, because this kid, there ain't no one with a better. I'm not a stat man, Jay, by any stretch, yeah, but there ain't no one out there that's got this kid's stat map.
Yeah, and I know he's a very technically gifted footballer, and that's why I'm happy that we're gonna, and that's why I want this deal to get done quickly, like ASAP. I think it needs to get done ASAP. But it's just again, Daniel Levy, what is going? Why does it take you falling off the bike to ask someone to help you learn how to ride a bike? Like, why do we have to fall before you decide to get your act together? It's very frustrating. I would have loved to see Savinho in a Spurs shirt from weeks ago, because he's been there and we've known how much City want. Everyone's saying City were blocking the deal. I don't believe that's true. I just think Spurs were trying to lowball City, like what we do with every other club, right? And we've probably gone and said, hey, mate, listen, we'll give you 40 million and we'll send Brian Hill your way or something like, or we'll give you 40 million and we'll send Bissouma your way. I think that's what Daniel Levy's trying to do. But yeah, listen, Savinho is, again, he is going to be a breath of fresh air down that left wing. And then you've got Odobert to come off the bench. So it's not like you're losing that, that flair, that technical aspect of things, because you're taking one off to bring on another. So I do think it's a good signing. Is it worth the money? I don't know. I do think we need a fullback desperately, because I think Porro's battery is running on empty right now, and I would hate to lose him and have to play Ben Davies at left back, because Spence has to cover for Porro as well. But yeah, man. Hey, if we get a here we go tomorrow, the sunglasses will be on, the shades will be on, and I will be live, and the shades will be on, and I will be cooking.
How confident after the result today, and obviously Burnley last week, how confident is the panel and the chat as well? Put a yes or a no that Savinho could become a Spurs player in the next week.
Oh my God! If it's left to Daniel Levy, not hope in hell. You know what I'm saying?
But
Jesus, how many more times are we going to get our pants pulled down this transfer window? We've been mugged off twice. We're basically a meme. It's a good job the football's going well. You know what I mean? We got 6 points out of 6. It's a good job that's going well. Or else, well, I'd have had a heart attack by now. And I just, Just leave it till like mid-season, then we'll come back.
Yeah, I'm not confident at all. I'm not confident at all. But like you said, Cookie, we have to move now. There's no more time for for monitoring and looking at players or whatever we're doing for the next couple of weeks. We have literally got next week. So now or never. Now or never for Levy. And let's hope he doesn't take these 2 wins as in I don't need anyone else. Because if he does that, you can guarantee within a couple of weeks we'll get 3 or 4 injuries and we're in big trouble.
Yeah,
I'll give you a hint of what I think will happen. And I really hope I'm wrong. In fact, I pray that I'm wrong about this. But I think we see a world where we don't get Savinho. We end up going in and hijacking the El Canu still. And then in a couple months, we like I say around end of October, maybe start of November, we end up recalling like Mikey Moore from loan and saying, okay, mate, you know what? Looks like we are gonna need that depth after all. You know what I mean? That's just such a typical Levy thing to do. But no, I'm not confident that we get this deal done. El Canus is way cheaper, and I just know Levy is gonna look at that and he's gonna say they're around the same age. They're both technically gifted. One's 29 million. I'm sure Frank will want Savinho. I'm sure Frank will be saying to Levy, go and get him. Go and get him. He's going to be perfect for my system.
Yeah.
I think Levy turns around and says, yeah, but what about this one? But what about this?
Yeah. What about the second or third or fourth option?
I think, no, 29 million euros. So it's not even, it's
about
chicken
25
change.
million quid. Yeah.
Yeah, Levy's going to look at that and think, mate, we've had their pants down here. When it's like, no, they've had our pants down here because he's not going to help us. And we need to win a trophy this season more than we did last season, in my opinion. But, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, now,
go on, Mark.
I'm not sticking up for Levy whatsoever because you know how I feel.
He is, Joe. He is.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. But I'm not sticking up for Levy. I never stick up for Levy. Come on. But
yeah, go on.
I'm like you, man. I forgot what I was going to say now.
Oh, come on, man. You're not sticking up for Levy, but...
No, I'm not sticking up for Levy. But what was I going to say?
He's lost a thread. He's done a cookie.
I have.
This happened to me last night. I was midstream. I was going for it. He said something and it went straight out my head. And I couldn't even remember what I was talking about.
That happens to me all the time.
It's getting old, Joe. It's all part of getting old.
We're 7 lights away. We're 7
Don't
lights
worry,
away.
Mark. You keep thinking. We'll carry on chatting.
Yeah. No, I wasn't going to defend him by any stretch of the imagination. Oh, God, I forgot what I was going to say.
I'm sure it will come back.
It'll come back.
It will come back to you.
Yeah.
You know.
No. This is what I was going to say.
Yeah,
After the Morgan Gibbs White fiasco and the Eze fiasco, I'm just praying now that Levy thinks, right, I've been made look a fool twice. And if Frank wants Savinho, Levy says, right, how much do you want? Like you said, Matt, we're up there still tonight. They're probably staying overnight.
Yeah.
They're probably having a meal up there. All the people are there. Levy says, right, how much do you want? X amount. Bang. There you go. Because he's had his pants pulled down twice.
Personal terms ain't going to be a problem, Mark, because I think he's on 40 grand a week or something.
There you go.
Do you know what I mean? You know, even if they said to him, we'll give you 100 grand a week, that ain't breaking the wage bill. And the geezer's got a 60% pay thing. You know what I mean?
Levy would give him 41 then. If he's on 40 grand a week, Levy would give him 41.
I think if they're going up there paying 70 million-ish for whatever, or even a bit more.
They'll put him on like 55, 60 grand.
Yeah.
They'll keep it under 100. The higher the money that we pay, the lower the wages tend to be. Hence why a lot of our higher earners were cheaper players, like Kulusevskis, like the Van der Vens, like the Poros, who were all of these players were under 50 million quid. And they're all our highest earners. So Yeah. I mean, I reckon you tell Savinio 50. I don't even think he cares about the money. I think he just knows he walks straight into our team. I think he knows he walks straight into our team and he wants to join. Even in big up.
Big up, Lee.
It's World
Big
Cup
up.
year, isn't it? It's World Cup year, so he needs the football.
Yeah.
You know, so
I asked this question, Jay, but
big up Elijah.
Jay, what would you big up, Lee? What would your thoughts be, Jay? I asked this question last night, and the chat seemed to think that we wouldn't do it. But what would your thoughts be about going in for someone like Paqueta at West Ham?
Again,
I'm just asking what you think of him as a player.
I think he's class, man. He is so good. Also, it would just be hilarious to just ruin West Ham season even more. You know, almost confirm their relegation. But
they need money. They always need money, Jay. Doesn't matter how much they get in, they always need it.
I think they'll weigh up the option and they'll look at what as long as there's a possibility that they can go down this season. I think they're gonna want every penny that they can get. In all honesty, I think Paqueta's a quality signing. That is a player that you go and spend 85 million on. That's a, you know what I'm saying? That's a top player. That's someone that walks into the 11. That's someone that when they walk in, right, they're gonna command respect because they know you know what you're gonna get with him. You know you're gonna get a level of technical excellence that we don't have at this football club, and that this football club deserve to have, because it's anyone who knows about this football club knows the level of footballers that have played for our club, right? The level of technical footballers that we have had come through this football club is second to none in the league. So we deserve, these are the type of players that the Spurs fans deserve to see playing at White Hart Lane. So I would love to see Paqueta. And hey, while you're over there, go get Bowen as well. Why not?
Oh, he ain't coming. He's never coming, Jay. You know that as well as I do.
As well while you're at it.
Yeah, West Ham could go down to League Two and Bowen would stay there.
Yeah.
He's got to. His father-in-law would kill him.
Following on from what Jay said, with the amount of money, because I know you go, Jay, to the home games anyway, with the amount of money that the fans pay to go to the game, the season ticket prices being the highest in the country, you deserve to go and see players like that. It's like you're paying Michelin star prices and getting a McDonald's. You know what I mean?
What an analogy, Mark. Absolutely brilliant, Mark. I love it. I absolutely love that. That is spot on, mate.
Yeah.
I'm going live tonight. I'm taking that, Mark. Thank you.
Oh, you still
love McDonald's, eh?
Anyone who comes on here and says like clever things, it always gets stuck in it. Well, sort of gets stuck in it. I'll probably forget, but you know what I mean.
He means now and again. That's what he means, really. Just
now and again, it'll stick in there.
But not even just for the Spurs fans that that are in the stadium. We all deserve it. We all, you know what I'm saying. Even us being here, sat down talking about our club. We don't have to be here right now, but we love our football club and we enjoy talking about our club, and we all want the best for our club. I've got our club inked on my skin. They're a part of me forever. Do you know what I'm saying? After we won that Europa League, I did make a bet that if we won, I would get a Spurs hat, and I did get it. So I think Levy needs to understand that as well. And you made a great point in saying that Levy isn't a Tottenham fan. There's no way he's a Spurs fan, because if he's a Spurs fan, that Eze deal doesn't happen. He doesn't allow that to happen. Because no Tottenham fan on earth can sit there and say that they would allow a target that they've been chasing not even the whole window, for 3 years. We've been chasing this player. And we've allowed him to go to our local rivals, and he's probably going to start against Liverpool at Anfield next weekend, right? And which means he's going to play against us in an Arsenal kit. So it's like, Levy's 100% not a Spurs fan. We deserve this. We deserve success, and this is why we have to keep demanding it. Do you know what I mean? People kind of tell me my expectations are too high because I said I expect top 8 and a trophy. A European position and a trophy. People told me that's too high. Why? We just won one when we finished 17th. So why is it now we've got a better manager? Arguably, the squad is a little bit stronger. Maybe not that much stronger. The squad has gotten stronger. Why is it now it's too much for us to go out there and bring home a bit of silverware? But with a clueless manager who was literally slaughtering his players every week, it's not too much. It's not beyond the realms of possibility. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I always try and it's almost like I drill it into my head that we are Spurs and we are you get me? We are a bigger club than people care to think. We're massive. I don't care what anyone says. To me, we're the biggest club in the world. And we're the best club in the world. And I'm going to continue to hold that standard.
Yeah.
Absolutely, mate.
You fancy taking over as chairman?
Yeah.
If I was the chairman, we would have Premier League medals and Champions League medals because I'd throw money at everything. Oh, that didn't work. Nah, it's all right.
We'd be skint and that. We'd be skint, but like it'd be all right.
Winners, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I see the concerts, man. The concerts are great. You know, I've been to a few of them. It's great. It's great watching the rugby and the NFL there and whatnot and the boxing. But gosh, we should be lifting trophies there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, agree. And this is where you go back to the multi-purpose stadium bit, like Mark said on many occasions. And, you know, and like I said earlier, Jay, I'm not bothered what money Levy makes for ENIC or whatever it is. They told us they was here to make money when they first came. I understand that. But please stop, Daniel, giving false hope to the fans.
Yeah.
The people that are paying. And I don't even think it's so much about us, Jay. We've seen the good times at Spurs, us three, right? You've seen a little bit of it with the Europa League. And sorry to say it, under a shite manager, we managed to win the Europa League, right? I always said say it how I see it, and he was a shite manager. He got us over the line, but in the league, he was awful, right? And I don't want to see that. I want to see you people that go and pay, week in, week out, season tickets. And it's great for us. You know, we don't go as often. I've never been to the Levy Bowl. I'll never go. And I've never been to a home game since he took over. Because I just detest the man that much. But he's here. We have to deal with it. I can't wait for him to sod off so I can start going and watching games again. You know, I'm thinking about going to watch away games because I'm up north in Manchester. I've got a plethora of games up here that if I can get tickets for, I can go and watch. So I might well go down that road. Big up, Brian.
Yeah,
big up, Brian.
But you won't never see me in the Levy Bowl under any circumstances until he's gone, mate, and until ENIC are gone. And I'm steadfast in that, and I will be until either the day I die or until the day he's gone.
I don't blame you, to be fair. I don't blame you. He's a horrible man, to be quite frank with you. I was furious when that Eze deal went. I literally went live straight away, and I was losing my marbles because I literally said any Spurs fan who isn't absolutely furious at the fact that we've allowed this to happen, meet me in the car park. You know what I mean? We can talk about it, but. Yeah, you're right. I don't blame fans for not wanting to. You know, I know a lot of fans that don't actually want to go to the stadium because it's almost like you are helping. You are putting money in Levy's pocket. For me, I think the reason why I go there, it's not even about the football anymore. It's because I've built so many connections. I've met so many people. I've made so many friends. So for me, it's almost become a part of my routine now to. Get up on the weekend. Social. Yeah. It's just, and it's sad that it's like that. It's almost sad that that's what football's become now. It's become, you know, you don't even get to go to the stadium to have good moments anymore. You're going to the stadium because you know you're going to see your mates and get pissed, right? Yeah. So yeah, man, Levy does need to sort of. And the day he goes, we're gonna have a party. We're gonna have a party. The champagne will be out.
Straight down on the train, mate. I don't care, even if I ain't got a ticket to get in the ground. The day he's gone, I will be down there outside that stadium celebrating. Trust me, because it means for a little bit of me, I can have my Tottenham back again. Do you know what I mean? That I've missed since a long, long time ago, 24 years ago. And I want that back. Don't get me wrong. It's my choice not to go. It's my way of protesting against Levy by not giving him any money. I've got no issue with fans that go, and support their club in the ground, pay for merch. That's everyone's choice to do that. This is just my way of protesting against Levy, and now even more so when there are protests on. If he don't pull his finger out, I'll be down there. I will be there supporting all these lads that have been doing this for years.
It's something as small as just putting a comment in on a tweet or putting a tweet out. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to. Obviously, everyone is different. That's Mark's way of protesting. Some people's way of protesting is, I'm gonna make myself heard on social media, right? I'm gonna make my opinions heard, and I think as long as we all can understand that Levy is a net negative overall, is a net negative for this football club, and everyone is on the same page. I don't believe that, you know what I'm saying? I believe everyone kind of understands what we need to do. I think there was a protest the other day and only 30 people turned up.
Yeah, man.
We've heard various numbers. I heard it was like 17, 20. You've just said 30.
When I got to the ground, I didn't even see the protest. I didn't know where it was happening. So I just went inside the ground and whatnot. It's only when I came out of the ground after they were saying that people were protesting. I was like, this is a bit less traction. It's crazy because when things are going well, no one's outside. But when it was 19 losses, 20 losses, 21, it was everyone was ready to burn down the stadium. So,
but to be honest, the big one that we all like us, certainly us three went to, you probably there as well, Jay. The big one, I think a lot of them were there to protest against Ange for the 15, 16 losses, whatever. All right. A lot of them, most of them were probably there, but it's the form we were in as well. You know what I mean? I mean, this is what I don't want this Levy out to become. I don't want it to become a witch hunt on Thomas Frank.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If things do start to go a bit Pete Tong, because he hasn't had his players in, and we can't keep this level up when Kudos gets a knock, or, we got to start rotating them, because you got to remember the Champions League starting whenever it starts, September, October, whenever it starts. We'll be playing twice a week. Then this squad, as it is now, is never going to compete twice a week ever. No. So I don't want it to become, if the league form does start to drop, I do not want it to be a Frank out thing. I want it to be aimed at the people that matter, the people that should have backed him, and at the moment haven't.
Yeah. He's got a week to do it, hasn't he? Yeah. At the end of the day. Otherwise, I think the protests will ramp up, and like you said, Mark, Change for Tottenham won't have to do anything.
No.
They won't have to do anything. We can be happy with performances on the pitch like today, but it still doesn't override the fact that we need more players in. And it's only them up top that can deal with that, and to get the right quality of players in that we need. And we know from previous experience, and let's hope it don't happen in this window, but Jay's right what he said, and you've mentioned it, Mark and Nige, it's got El Canoes written all over it, hasn't it? Yeah. It really has. It's just got it. Yeah. And I just hope if we do go down that road, that's fine, but go and get Savinio as well. Go and get that intent signing. We're not messing about. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's what we need. And by the way, there's 62 of you in here at the moment. If you haven't hit the sub button, please. We're trying to grow here, just over 600. Nige, just over 1,000 now. Please subscribe to him over at Pure Coys. And please subscribe to Jay over at, is it Jay in the Cave, Jay? Is that right, Jay?
Yeah, Jay from my handle's still Hotspur Cave. I haven't changed it, but Jay from the Cave. That's how you can find me. We just hit 1K subs, guys. So We're on the road to Rome.
Yeah, brilliant.
I was getting there, Jay. I did notice you did the old 1K. So get over to Jay. He's putting videos out regular, like Nige, and obviously doing streams as well. So get over to them and fill your boots and sub to these fine fellas, please, because they're giving up their Saturday night to be on here to talk. I've got no doubt.
Streams, lads,
I was going to say, I've got no doubt Jay is on the way out tonight to have a little bit of a do with his mates and a bit of a celebration over the result, maybe. I don't know. But
man, I wish I could go out tonight. No, I'm about to go live to kind of carry on a conversation of what we need to save our summer. SOS, save our Spurs, save our summer. So, but again, boys, thank you so much for having me on. I really appreciate it. Giving me a platform to talk and whatnot. And chat, you lot are amazing. Make sure you're hitting the likes and subbing to these amazing lads. Seriously, let's get them to 1K subs. Bye.
Big up, Jay.
Thanks, you, mate.
Big up. Anytime you're welcome, man. Anytime. Have a great stream tonight, and we'll speak soon. Thanks, Jay.
Big up, Jay.
Take care, man. Take care, guys.
Big up, Jay.
Take care, man.
Right, mate.
Lovely to see Jay on the stream tonight with his opinions, because he is a good talker. Let's be fair, for a young lad. He seems like he's got his head screwed on a little bit. I know he has a bit of a rant and a rave now and again, and he does. I think that, you know, he won't mind me saying that, but he is clued up, Jay. He knows what he wants from his football club, and he's trying to get those points across. So big up, Jay, for coming on. Really appreciate it. Make sure you get over there and sub to him, please.
No, I've just seen this. I can see I wouldn't care if that's what happened, as long as Savinho come in. If they brought in Savinho, and that El Canoes, that wouldn't bother me in the slightest. It's like last season when we signed Graham Bergvall.
Yeah.
If we'd have brought experience in at the same time, and the two young'uns was like just, you know what I mean? That doesn't bother me. That doesn't bother me if you get a youngster in.
For me, well, they're both youngsters. That's the problem, isn't it? But I agree. But
Savinho improves immediately.
Yeah, if we're going to get Alcanuce in, then get a left back in as well. You know, we've got a bit more money. If we get Savinho in, great. If we're getting Alcanuce in, fine. But then go and spend some more money on a left back or another midfielder.
Listen, Henkapi's release clause at Leverkusen, Nige, is 51 million.
Go do it.
I just think if the player would like to come, because obviously that's the first consideration that the club have to make every time they contact the agent. Is your player interested in a move to Spurs? Yeah. Right? I've seen that the release clause for Hincapi is 51 million. I've seen that in writing. Right? To me, you know, if we're going to go and buy another player at the back, he is the geezer to go and get. If you get an injury to a Romero, to a Van der Ven, he can play either side. He's predominantly left side, but he can play, you know, on the right side as well. It's a mad one to me. I wouldn't imagine he's on hundreds of thousands of pounds a week as well at Leverkusen. And to me, if you're going to go and buy that sort of player, like you say, Nige, if you need free in and you're going to go and do deals that are quick, Hincapi, 51 million, bang, go and lay it on the line. Go and give it to him. Then get the El Canoes. Yeah, we'll come on to that one, Mark. Get the El Canoes, and get the Savio. I think we'd sort of be, we've got our main target, Savio. We've got another left back. Just do it. Just get it done. And then don't wait till Thursday or Friday, though. Do it now. Do it. Deal with it. You know? Get the bids in. Get the release clause done for Hincapi. Get the 75 million quid, whatever it is, for Savio. Signal your intent. If you get rebuffed, then you've been rebuffed. Move on to other targets. Move on, yeah. You know, think about this comment, mate. I think they're all very good players. But the trouble is with them, Mark, is that I think Rabiot is maybe 30-ish. I was going to say he's got to be getting on, mate. If not a bit older, I think Locatelli's getting on. I could be wrong. I'm not a, Italian football, But Pellegrini, I don't know how old he is. They're all very good players. Yeah, but when you look at the profile of player that Daniel Levy wants, maybe he could go and get one of them on loan. Who knows? Yeah, cheap as chips. Yeah,
I was looking at the prices though, mate.
Experience for the squad. The thing is, Mark, to Levy, that's no good because once they've been here a couple of years and they're 31, 32,
no sell-on value.
He's not getting no money for them.
No sell-on value.
But to me, these players that have been brought up here, I don't think any of them, they all improved the squad.
Yeah.
All of them. Yeah, some of them might not go. I don't know. Do all these three players in midfield go straight in? No, they don't. No, they don't. But if you wanted, for argument's sake, a Locatelli, right, because you wanted that spare one that sits in front that Paulinia and Bentancur do, he's your man. He's your man. Locatelli's your man for that. Yeah, he can pass out as well.
And let's be honest, Locatelli could play in Bentancur's place. Bentancur can play further up.
Yeah.
So I think Bentancur's a really good presser as well. So, gives us options. It's all about options, isn't it? That's what we want.
Yeah. I mean, I'd take all of them. But it's like you said, Mark, there's no resale value. And we know what he's like.
Sorry to jump in. David's put Locatelli's 26, Pellegrini's 29, and Rabiot is 30. So to me, Locatelli is the one there. If you're going to want to go and buy your usual £25 million player, like Nige says, go and get that Locatelli. Let him play next to Paulinia. That releases Bentancur further up the pitch. Now, I don't know that Bentancur could play in a 10, but like Nige says, if you're without a 10 and you play a solid 8 that can break forward, that may be another option for us. May well be another option for us. But I just don't think he'll go and do it, Mark.
Scott has made a great point. Look.
Yeah. And three of them were listed there, Scott.
Yeah.
You might not agree with all of them, but definitely Locatelli at 26, he's in the right age bracket for a 2 or 3 year deal. And to be able to sell him on for more when he's 29, if that's the case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we won't get them. Yeah. Unbelievable.
Big up, Adam. Thanks for subscribing, mate. Appreciate it.
Big up, mate. Yeah.
Make sure you put your notification bell on, Adam, as well. So when shows come out, because they're coming out regular now, morning and evening. So keep your eye out. And if you don't mind, subscribe to Nige underneath at Pure Coys, just above his head. And he's putting out regular content as well, if you like Nige. So there you go. Big up, Adam.
If you don't like me, it's fine.
Is what?
Sub. So even if you don't like me, just sub anyway.
Just sub anyway. There you go. Yeah, Frank means business. He does, mate. He does, Adam. Yeah.
Did I miss something on that one?
No, it's just that he was saying about Enoch, and he hopes that they take it seriously too this window, this last week.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see. Yeah. As the days roll on and nobody's come in, Adam, that's when I would imagine by Wednesday, if you haven't heard anything about people coming in on a serious note, that's when the fans are going to start getting the arse ache.
None of this El Canoes and other kids we ain't heard of. We need proper players. Proven, ready to go. Prove us immediately. Yeah. None of this Archie Grays and Bergvals again.
What I would do, considering the position we're in, as good as the players we want, and with the players that have been mentioned tonight, if you could go and get me right now, I'd go without the attacking midfielder, like Nige says. If you could go now and go and get me Savio, go and get me Vlahovic on loan, right, from Juventus, and go and get Locatelli, to free up Bentancur, like you say, Nige. For me, I'd take that. I'd take it. Big up,
Yeah,
Adam.
me
Thanks
too.
for that, mate.
Me too.
I would take that. I would. As much as I want a attacking midfielder, you know, if we're not going to do that, get that left winger, you know, and even to the point of if you can go and get Hincapi as well, yeah, for that release clause. We've got the money. Don't tell me we ain't got the money, because we have. I think then all four of them, yeah, it just improves our team so much and our squad.
Massive,
You know,
massive week.
all day long.
Massive week ahead. We
This
need
is
to.
a massive, yeah.
So much work to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've still got Paqueta on the brain, you know. I've just got this feeling that I don't know. I just think that we could go and get him, and I don't think he'd be as dear as what people think. Someone put in 80 million for Paqueta. I think he'd be available for less than kudos.
40 million.
40, 45 million.
Offer the Basuma as part of the deal.
Whatever, yeah. Even if you
Like
offer him a bit, 25 million and Basuma.
It's Odebell, whatever. Just offer them anyone they want that we don't need.
Yeah.
As long as it's not kudos.
Or just pay the money. Yeah.
Yeah. There's so many names. Adam again, Robinson at left back.
Yeah.
You know, they're not going to do that. They're not going to do it now, Adam. You know,
It's too late now.
We've been talking about him for weeks, and it's going to be a case of going to clubs that need the money. Yeah. And just because we've been and raided West Ham once, I don't believe that stops us going a second time. I know a lot of people in the chat have said to me, not tonight, but in other chats, you know, they won't sell to us again, blah, blah, blah. West Ham always need money now. They always need money. They're burning money.
I didn't realise until you said, was it last night, that they don't own a stadium, do they? They rent it.
They rent it.
Yeah.
It's rented.
Yeah.
I forgot all about that. I didn't know it, but it's...
But there you go. It is. I don't think it needs to be 50 to get Paqueta out of there plus Biss. I don't think it's a 75 million deal for Paqueta. I really don't. I think they can get him a lot cheaper than that. Levy could go in. If Levy values him at 45, for argument's sake, or Spurs value him at 45, and you go in with a little cheeky 50 million bid for Paqueta, right? Test the water. Go in tomorrow. Test the water. Test the water on all the ones that you want to pursue and see who is available. But don't go in with miserly bids that you know are going to get
serious.
You've got
serious bids.
Got to be serious now.
Oh, it's not.
Yeah,
in the last week of the window, you don't go in with like we did for Trossard, 12 million, whatever it was.
You know what I mean? He does that, doesn't it?
Them days have got to be over now, Mark.
Yeah.
Especially in this window. You know, in the next window when they've got time again, that's fine. Do your Levy things. You know what I mean? We're now at the point you've been gazumped twice, right? You've been made to look an absolute end of bell twice, right? And now's the time to deal with it.
Yeah.
Go and get the quality. Yeah. Go and get the players that the fans, and more than anyone, the manager, from what he's done in 2 games, deserves.
Yes.
In 2 games. He's proved what he can do. Now you need to prove what you can do for him.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm at with it. I don't know what you guys think.
Exactly, mate. Couldn't have said it any better.
Yeah.
Totally Thomas has got us looking like a football team again. The team in general. We look like we're a squad, solid. You only look at today's performance. We played 2 ways. The 2 games we played, we had the vast majority of the possession against Burnley, and today where we didn't get a lot and we got positive results. That means he can adapt and change, and he's not frightened to mix it up. So like I said, I saw him on the sidelines today, shouting, pointing. There was none of that last year. It's just to go on there, do what you like. Do what you like. You know,
I think players like that, Mark.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you've got a coach that you know's a coach, right, that spends a lot of time with you on the training ground, you know, when he is pointing and directing, I think they know it's for their benefit. He's not just having a pop
Of
at
course. Of course.
Do you know what I mean? And the more he's instructing, even if it's over and over again to the same player, it sinks in.
Mm-hmm.
It does sink in eventually. Yeah. And it's how quick our players can take this information on that he's giving them, because he's probably giving them so much information. Yeah, you've seen in 8 weeks what the information that they've sunk in does to this football team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I just think it's a case of even when, and there'll be a spell, it'll come along, we'll lose a couple of games for whatever reason. But I think that more than anything, if fans see what they saw against PSG, what they saw against Man City today, that effort, that competitiveness, that I want to win, that I'm looking at Man City from the Spurs players' perspective and thinking, oh, they've got some players out here, but we're going to nullify them today. Yeah. And worse ways, they ain't scoring.
As I've said a million times, I went a lot in the early mid-90s. Now, the early 90s was great, yes, because we won the FA Cup. We had Gaza, Lineker, and all that. But I went a lot in the sort of mid-90s when let's face it, we were pretty pants.
Yeah.
You know? But what I did see on the pitch is effort.
Yeah.
Yes, we might have lost a lot of games when I went. It wasn't my fault. Get that in there. But yes, we might have lost quite a lot of games. And we were mid-table, floating about mediocrity. But every time I went and watched us play, there wasn't one player on there that didn't run their hearts out and play for the badge. Play for the badge, you know. And that's all you want to see. No matter, you got the worst team in the world. As long as you see them giving their 100%, come off the pitch like you know they put a shift in, even if they're not good enough. That's all you ask for. You can't ask for no more than that.
No, I agree with that, Mark. I totally agree with that.
Big up, Peter.
Big up, Pete. Hope you're well, mate. Hope you're really well.
He must have finished. He must have finished by now.
Yeah, I'm sure Peter will be chuffed as well. I know Peter is a big Ange fan. I know he is, but I also know, because I've seen messages from Peter, and I know he is behind Thomas Frank. You know, as much as he might not want to admit it, I know, Pete, I know you're a massive Ange fan. Yeah, and you wanted him to stay, and you wanted him to be given the chance and everything else. But he's not here no more. And I know Peter supports Thomas Frank. He's gutted that Ange is gone, but I'm sure he'll be behind Thomas Frank. And I'm sure in the games that he's seen, the 3 games so far, Peter would be quite impressed with what Thomas Frank's done. So there you go, straight in the bottom of the comments, all the way behind Frank. Big up, Peter. Yeah. I'm glad you're not one of those supporters that's hung on Ange, you know, still now, because there are fans out there that are Thomas Frank bashers, even after what he's done already. So big up to you, Peter.
I will bring that comment up in a minute, but just look at this one.
Yeah.
This is another great analogy.
Yeah. Finn, agreed. It seems so far to have brought the best out in Romero. Played very well again today. You know, I think him and Van der Ven pretty much had Haaland under control.
Now, there was a certain time in the second half where one of the commentators said Romero is the peacemaker. Who would have ever thought that?
Yeah.
When there was when there was all that pushing and shoving going on.
Oh yeah.
And Romero was the peacemaker. I'd have thought he'd been straight in there nutting somebody. You know what I mean?
Can't be doing that now, mate. He's got captain responsibilities now. Can't be doing shite like that no more.
You know, but when he said Romero was the peacekeeper, I was like, what's going on here then? That's Romero and peacekeeper is not 2 words you'd put in the same sentence.
No, that's very true.
You know what I mean? if anyone was going to like crack someone upside the euro, you would have thought that would. If they'd have said punching Romero, you think, oh yeah, what's he done now?
Yeah, I agree. I
You know,
agree.
but that's what it is. Frank's very clever. He had no choice but to make him captain, I suppose.
Yeah.
With Matters being out and all that.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
he realises now he can't go flying in and tackling people around the kneecaps anymore. You know what I mean? And all.
Yeah, he has to prove that this season. He's done it for 3 games so far, and you know, with the PSG game, and he's got to prove it. I've got no doubt there will be times in the season, Mark, that Romero gets rattled. Right, someone will rattle him somewhere along the line. You know what he's like. So there are people that get into him, and this is where now he's got to have finally learned that he can't do stupid things and reckless things. Yeah, big up, Pete. Yeah,
big up, mate. Yeah.
You know, I just think that's where we're at now. And it's time. At the end of the day, it's time for the senior players to step up. Yeah. You know, he's a captain, he's a senior player. You know, we've got a few senior players in there now that seem to be pulling their weight. You know what I mean? And that's got to continue. It has to continue. The mentality that's been in this team for the last 3 games, it has to continue. You know, and that pride of wearing the shirt when you walk out on that pitch, wanting to be a winner. You're not going to win all the time. Yeah, but as long as the effort's there, I don't think anyone will have a problem. I really don't.
Yeah, that's crazy. Did anyone see Romero's yellow card today?
No, I didn't.
Never a yellow card in a million years. He gets the ball. Totally got the ball, but still, just wanted to bring that up.
Hang on a minute, mate. Hang on a minute. We'll flick through these. We have a super chat, mate, from Mr. Peter.
Wow, Peter. Jeez.
This is very generous, man. You didn't have to do this.
Oh, well, it's back to our manager. Ange promised and he delivered. Now we'll see what Frank does. Absolutely, mate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Peter, thank you so much for the super chat. You don't have to do that, man, but we really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Brilliant stuff, mate. Yes, it's great of you to do that. We really appreciate any super chats and memberships that come in. And he says, I've always backed our manager. Ange promised and he delivered. Now we will see what Frank does.
Yeah.
Absolutely, Peter. Yeah. And you know, and we've spat it out many times on here, it's now down to Levy to back Frank.
Yes, exactly.
And that's where it is in the ballpark at the end of the day. He's got a week. He's got a week to deal with this stuff. And like I said earlier, I expect tomorrow to hear about what's going on with Savio.
Yeah.
Thanks, Only Fools. We will, mate. We will. We'll keep pushing. Yeah. We'll keep pushing. We try and listen to everyone.
You know, try and bring all your comments up.
Yeah, we try to. Sometimes it gets a bit busy in here. Still 50 of you in here now. Big up, Peter. Yeah. Thanks very much for that.
Yeah. And
thank you.
If I can just carry on what he did say in his super chat about backing him, I've always backed every Spurs manager until they give me reason not to back them.
Yeah.
You know, and I think now I'm not. We don't want to go over this again, but Ange, you could see it wasn't tenable what he was doing. It really wasn't. You know, we all knew it. But you know, it is what it is. But when he first came in, I loved him. I'll be the first to admit I loved him. Top of the league after 10 games. You know, it was brilliant. But then you could see the cracks started appearing, his one-dimensional football. And it just didn't work. And now we got someone who's multi-dimensional and will swap us about. You know, the way we play.
Look, I'll be honest. What cheesed me off more than anything else was 22 losses.
Yeah.
Right. That is unacceptable from any manager, as far as I'm concerned, of Tottenham Hotspur. That is just a no-go. And for Romeo, no one hates Ange, but a lot of people didn't like the football because it was one-dimensional.
Yeah.
It made a lot of players look bad. It's proving that this season.
Yeah.
What you've seen so far from a coach. You know, we can only look at it from the football terms. And I'll be the first again, Romeo, he won us the Europa League. By hook or by crook, however you look at it, he won us the Europa League. Fantastic. And he'll always be remembered for that. Right? But as far as the football was concerned, and it's only opinion. It's only opinion, Roma. It don't matter what's injured, who's injured. I don't care.
The whole back line. He caused most of this. He caused most of this. By...
It was 22 defeats, but I'm not going to go over Ange, Romeo. No. He's gone. He's not here anymore. And we have to look forward as fans of Tottenham. Right? You know, I'm going to bring it. What do you mean leave him alone? We're not having a go at him. It's just opinion, Romeo. It's just opinion.
Romeo, you're bringing him up.
Yeah.
Because you brought him up, Romeo. You brought him up. We was talking to Peter about Ange that had sent a 20 quid super chat in. Because Peter was a massive Ange supporter.
Oh, here we go. Ange is good.
I'm not going down this road with this anyway. No. All right? No, there's no indirect digs. I say it as I see it, Romeo. And whether people agree with that or not, that is all your choice. You know? It's just how I see it. And I'm sure these lads see it the same. 22 defeats in the league was unacceptable.
That's right. He's gone anyway.
I've got to finish my point, Mark.
Oh, all right. Carry on.
22 defeats is unacceptable.
Yeah.
I've got respect for him, Romeo. He won us a trophy. Why wouldn't I have respect? Doesn't mean I wanted him as the manager. I didn't like his football. He made players like Mickey van der Ven look like an absolute amateur because he was relying on him for 50-yard runs every time to recover the ball. Are you seeing that this season? Have we conceded any goals this season? 2 games in or not? We might have played the worst team in the league, but we've also played the best team in the league. And we've done them at their place 2-0 today.
Yeah.
So I don't know what people want. I wanted a coach. Ange won us the European trophy. Thank you very much. We needed it badly. Yeah. But now we want to see improvement in the league and hopefully another trophy of some description, whether it be a League Cup, an FA Cup, or whatever cup. Probably not the Champions League this year, probably not the Premier League this year. But he's made a good start and he's showing to people what coaching, structure, and proper tactics do for a football team. And if anyone disagrees in the chat of that analogy, please tell me, because that's where I'm at with it. Lads?
I completely agree with you, mate. We've been going for nearly 2.5 hours, mate.
Yeah, we're going to knock it on the head shortly.
There's no more comments. There's no more comments coming.
Nothing else come in. All right, Nige, anything that you'd like to say before we go, and then we'll finish off with Mark?
No, agreed with everything you said. All I will say is fantastic start to the season. It's been lovely to watch. We're playing great attacking football at times. We're defending brilliantly. And we have a week to get these transfers in. So come on, Levy, get your checkbook out and start working harder. Yeah. And thank you to everyone in the chat for joining in. Like the guy saying, like I say on all my shows, if it's not for you guys, then it's pointless.
Yeah. Nigel, have you got a breakfast show tomorrow?
I have got a breakfast show. I'm going at 8:15 tomorrow.
There you go. So 8:15, get over to Nigel in the morning for his breakfast show. If you're all up in the morning and none of you've got hangovers or whatever it is you will get up to at the weekends, apart from listening to us. Mark, final thoughts on today and anything that you'd like to say?
Yeah, brilliant. Brilliant today. Keep it going. Mr. Levy, get your bloody checkbook out and give Frank half a chance. I'm not saying he's got to buy him the world, but give him half a chance. As long as we
Absolutely.
see the football like that throughout the season, but we know there's going to be dips and bumps in the road. But that is only. But to me, that is going to come when the players get burnt out and overplayed.
Yeah.
Because the squad's not deep enough.
Yeah,
Come on, Levy, get your bloody checkbook out. Bring some quality in. Not just fill it up with youngsters and people who aren't ready. We need players to come in that can challenge to get in the first team or take the first
Absolutely,
team
Mark.
spot immediately.
Absolutely. Well said. Well said, Mark. I'm of the same. You can see me hashtag there underneath my name. Hashtag Levy, get the deals done.
Yeah.
Get them done now.
Yeah.
Chat, thank you all for being here tonight. We really appreciate it. 2.5 hours we've been going.
One more thing, mate. Thank
Go on,
you
mate.
very much to Peter.
Big up, Pete. Thanks very much for the super chat. We really appreciate it. We appreciate you all for being here. And on that note, we'll see you all soon. And I don't know if we're doing anything tomorrow. I know Nigel's got his breakfast show in the morning. Get over to there. Hit your notification bells. Anything coming out from the Two Marks or from Pure Coys, you will get the message. Love you all. And as always, come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs. And I've got the right outro this time.
Good lad. Cookie and the shell.